Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back. We are here sort of in bonus mode this week. Some of you are aware we usually do shows Monday through Thursday, but because I've been feeling a little under the weather and I'd rather not go to a cabin where it will be 10 degrees and be cold and uncomfortable for most of the weekend, depending on, how the cabin heating system is working. I decided to stay home this weekend, so we'll be doing a couple of extra bonus shows. I come to you tonight feeling very conflicted because this is the latest in another story of a convicted pedophile being sort of just allowed or welcomed, I would say, some would say, into the UFO community. For those unaware, we have done stories in the past of just how common this is in the UFO community. Some of you may be veteran enough, I don't want to say old enough, veteran enough to remember one Wendell Stevens, UFO researcher, former Air Force officer, who investigated many UFO cases, made UFO documentaries, worked all the UFO conventions, conferences, etc. But there was a big problem with him, and that is that he was a convicted child rapist who had multiple victims, multiple convictions for those offenses, all child related, but was still somehow welcome in the UFO community. And people made excuses for that if it indeed came up. A lot of his time in the UFO community was sort of pre-internet, however. But still, I am aware of at least one situation where Wendell Stevens was working a UFO convention, and a police officer who worked in the same jurisdiction that Wendell Stevens was convicted in for one of his child-related sexual offenses, that police officer brought the paperwork, informed the UFO conference organizers of his child-related offenses and convictions, and Wendell Stevens was still allowed to speak, and Wendell Stevens was invited back to the very same conference the next year. So there seems to be, this look the other way. Who cares about that as long as we can make money with or off of this person? Additionally, we covered stories on Jan Harzan, the former international director of MUFON, who was convicted, or I'm sorry, he was arrested. He has not yet been convicted, but was arrested for attempting to arrange sex with someone he thought was a 13-year-old girl. Turned out that was a police sting, getting these people that are arranging to meet with children. We also covered the story of KGRA, who employs a child rapist as a program director and producer for people like Jimmy Church at one time, Richard Dolan, Whitley Strieber. We have this Jesse Peak, MUFON guy, and others still there. And did they fire that guy when the story came out? No. To the best of my knowledge, he's still there working as a program director on a paranormal UFO-related streaming network. We also covered other stories like the story of Stan Romanek, who was convicted of being a kiddie porn collector. We also covered stories of J3 Films, who is right now still profiting from and promoting from a documentary film about Stan Romanek after they knew that he was a kiddie porn collector. And people like Richard Dolan and Jimmy Church and others still work for J3 Films, knowing that they are right now actively promoting and profiting from a film about a convicted kiddie porn collector. So there seems to be this look the other way attitude of these very serious offenses. I thought it's important that we should always certainly recognize that the victims in these cases, this is not like somebody, robbing you or stealing from you. These offenses have long-term, lifetime effects. These offenses affect the victims for their entire lives. This is not something that goes away. You don't recover, in my opinion, from these situations. And I'm just going to read you some work I have here on victims of sexual abuse. First, let's begin with the definition of this sickness. Some people call it a sickness. Pedophilia, also known as sexual attraction to prepubescent children, is a mental disorder that is characterized by abnormal sexual interest in children. They are individuals who have this disorder and often engage in sexually abusive behavior towards children. Research has shown that pedophiles have a high rate of repeat offenses. In fact, studies have shown that anywhere from 20 to 30% of pedophiles are repeat offenders, with some estimates even higher. This means that once a pedophile has committed an offense, they are likely to reoffend in the future. The high repeat offense rate of pedophiles poses a significant danger to society. Children are the most vulnerable members of society and often unable to protect themselves from this form of sexual abuse by adults. Pedophiles who reoffend can cause significant harm to multiple children over their lifetimes, and the trauma caused by their actions can last a lifetime. There are several factors that contribute to the high repeat offense rate of pedophiles. One of the main factors is that they often lack impulse control, which makes it difficult for them to stop themselves from committing crimes or committing new crimes after being convicted a first time. Additionally, many of them have a distorted sense of reality, which allows them to justify their actions and avoid taking responsibility for their crimes. They often struggle with mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem, which can make it difficult for them to seek help and prevent them from reoffending. The danger posed by pedophiles can be reduced by early identification and intervention. This includes educating the public about the signs, providing support and treatment to offenders, and ensuring that they are held accountable for their crimes. It's crucial for society to recognize the danger posed by them and to take action to protect children as much as possible. This includes being vigilant and reporting any suspicious behavior, as well as providing support and resources for their victims. It's termed a mental disorder that poses a significant danger to society due to the high repeat offense rate of those who suffer from it. It's important for society to recognize the danger and take action to protect children from the harm caused by them through early identification, intervention, holding them accountable for their crimes. Also of important note, of course, is I want to take just a moment. We're just giving you a quick overview here, but I wanted to take just a moment to talk about the long-term effects of being a victim of one of these people. It doesn't end with conviction. So one second here. So the sexual abuse of children, it is a devastating and traumatic experience that can have long-lasting effects on a child's physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Abuse can take many forms, including sexual touching, fondling, rape, sodomy, and exposure to sexual material or behavior. The immediate effects of this abuse on children can include physical injuries, fear, anxiety, and feelings of shame and guilt. Children who have been sexually abused may experience nightmares, flashbacks, difficulty sleeping, depression, suicidal thoughts, or action. They may also experience depression, feelings of worthlessness, and a lack of trust in others. In the long term, the effects of sexual abuse can be often more severe. Children who have been sexually abused may struggle with relationships, have difficulty trusting others, and may develop mental health issues such as post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, and anxiety, as well as suicidal thoughts. They may also have a higher risk of substance abuse and self-harm. Research has also shown that sexually abused children are at a higher risk of developing chronic physical health problems, including obesity, diabetes, disease. They are also at a higher risk of developing chronic pain and other physical symptoms. The effects of sexual abuse on children can also extend to their education and career prospects. Children who have been sexually abused may struggle academically and have difficulty completing their education. They may also have difficulty finding and maintaining employment. It's important to note that not all children react to sexual abuse in the same way, and some may not show any signs of distress. Also, it's important for parents, caregivers, and educators to be aware of the signs of sexual abuse and take immediate action if they suspect a child is being abused. Sexual abuse of children is a traumatic and devastating experience that can have long-lasting, lifelong effects on a child's physical, emotional, and mental well-being. It is crucial for parents, care educators to be aware of the signs of sexual abuse and to take immediate action if they suspect the child is being abused. Support and professional help are crucial for children who have experienced sexual abuse in order to help them heal and move forward. So the reason that we're here tonight is because yet another UFO related organization has been caught in a scandal involving a child-related sexual predator. And we have a surprise guest tonight, someone, to be very honest, I never thought I would talk to, let alone be a guest here, but stranger things have happened here. And we're going to have to get him to explain the name here as a first thing. But some of you, especially those on UFO Twitter, may be well aware of this person. He is the person who found the information and released it publicly. And that would be King Milkfart is here. Welcome.
Testing. Thanks for having me. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Perfect.
So you found this information. Is there some reason that you were suspicious of this person and did some looking into him, or?
Oh yeah, I'll be perfectly honest with you. Somebody actually reached out to me and said, "Hey, have you heard what Jeremy and Gary over there at UAPx are up to?" And I said no, and they didn't tell me very much. They told me just look at his latest announcement, and do a little digging into what he announced. And the announcement was the partnership with this neuro something company about I guess they're looking to re-gimbalify the gimbal or something along those lines.
Yes, this person is building a gimbal device for them. But to be very clear and in the purposes of full transparency, somebody did the same thing to me. Somebody reached out to me and said, this is a huge story. You have to look into this. And this was yesterday or 2 days ago, maybe. And, busy with other things. I put on my list of things to do. And then I just happened to see that you had gotten to the perpetrator and the information first. So I'm going to go over to your Twitter so we can share that information.
Oh, sure.
1 second here. Let me get over there. And also I wanted to mention I'm a terrible show host, but I'm going to put in the description of the video our previous coverage of all these stories. What do you think just in general about the acceptance of this into the UFO community and how there's so many of them, right?
Some may argue one is too many, but there's more than one. So yeah, I can't argue with that statement. I wish I could explain it. You can say like, yeah, these people exist in every community to some extent, which is true to some extent. But maybe it's just because, it's a community that's had a lot of people screw us over in the past and are willing to turn the other cheek. And unfortunately, that leads to sometimes getting screwed over more than once.
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of surprised when I found out about Wendell Stevens, but it got worse, because then sort of an old school, let's just call him a veteran ufologist, said, well, Stephen, he's not the only one. There's a gang of them, and according to that person, who I trust as an honest person, he said, people have been looking the other way about this forever. As long as people can make money, we see the Stan Romanek. The company is still pumping that documentary, and he is right now in a prison cell for being a kiddie porn collector. They didn't take the documentary off the streaming services or stop promoting it on their website. And then we get all these UFO celebrities just sign up to work for them. Like, this is slimy. But
for slimy,
here we have
for sure.
It's Neurontics. He is the CEO and owner.
Funny thing, Jeremy McGowan actually in the original tweet announcing that spelt the company's name wrong, so that made digging for the info a little extra difficult as well.
Well, just to play devil's advocate, maybe that was just a problem. And also, to be clear, I reached out to Gary Voorhees and to Jeremy. Jeremy is right now in the middle of look, I'm a parent, so I understand this. I have a kid in karate. He's got a kid in karate. He's taking his child to karate. He's unavailable. And Gary Voorhees has apparently been in and out of the hospital recently. I apologize. I'll put that on Do Not Disturb. And is having medical problems. But I invited both of them to be here and share their side of this. But here are the records that you found, which are troubling. So this is statutory rapes of the second degree, statutory sodomy of the second degree.
Yep.
And I thought from other records, there appeared to be multiple counts of this. So it's not just like this person did this once to that victim, probably did it multiple times to the victim.
That may be true. To be honest, I have not seen that, so I can't speak for it.
We have to dig a little bit more into it. There may be more to the story, but and so essentially, then Jeremy writes this blog post called "Setting the Record Straight," and we can share some of that. But essentially, he was defending people's right to. Defending convicted felons' rights to be hired or to still have a place in society after they've paid their debt to society. And I guess I understand that argument. And also, in full disclosure, I'm friendly with Jeremy. I don't really want to be here right now. This is uncomfortable for me. But I can't report on all the others and ignore this one. Sure. So he essentially, this person, though, in Jeremy's defense, I have to say this, they didn't hire him. He's not working directly for him, for UAPx. This person is sort of like a subcontractor. He's providing some technological service, building this special thing for them.
They're in a partnership.
Yeah, but my argument is, having worked at the Drexel Robotics Lab, I know a few hundred people that could build the same device that don't have this kind of a history.
Mm-hmm.
And also, apparently, just to be clear, so Jeremy did send me several messages, and one of them was that there's no money being exchanged here. This person is building this device for them, and then UAPx is providing some sort of software help for him.
Right.
And that he's building this device for them essentially in a trade situation. So
right.
That makes it better, though, that they're not like just paying the guy. But I just kind of think it would be, I can't. Here's what I'll say, just to be like fair to Jeremy and these guys is, I have a small company. I can't get a background check for every person I do business with, But I will say this, if I found out that someone I was doing business with had this history, I would immediately end the relationship. But that's just, I guess everybody has a different level of tolerance for this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, some people tolerate child rapists and some don't.
Well, yeah, that's one way to put it. I would not work with, for, or in association with this kind of a person. But to be fair to Jeremy's making the argument this was a long time ago. He paid his debt to society. I mean, to some people, that's a valid argument. And I told you off air, I worked in the construction business for a while. There's felons. People don't understand this, but if you hire a carpenter, you got probably a 50-50 shot in some areas that guy did some time in the past, because
possibly even higher. But here's the false equivalency.
But what I'm going to say, they don't hire
exactly
child rapists. They don't hire child rapists or sodomites.
You can be a felon because you had one too many DUIs, not because you raped a child. But when you say, hey, a felon is a felon, they've paid their debt to society. They each did, 8 years, 2 suspended and got out on 4 on good behavior. So they're good, right? I disagree.
Yeah, well, some people, to be very honest with you, though, and if you don't mind, I'm going to call you Joe, because calling you King Milk Fart's just going to...
No, it's excruciating. I understand.
And let's explain that. So for the people that are not aware, you got a terrible reputation of being and maybe this is just my perception, you can
Go
correct
for it.
me, but
Hit me.
you are the world's biggest UFO troll.
Troll, yeah.
You troll people, attack people. But then again, I get called that too.
Oh
We
yeah.
have
No,
different forms of this.
it's an easy thing to throw out there when someone online says stuff that gets you agitated that you disagree with. You can call them a troll. If they trolled you, it doesn't mean it was intentional.
Yeah, yeah. But I will say this, I have a different attitude towards you after seeing you sort of confront some of the, I will just call them the grifter squad. Like literally in person, you almost got in a fist fight with one of the grifters. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
And what was that about? Like you just went there and they didn't like what you were saying on Twitter, so they threatened to beat you up.
Didn't
Right?
like what you were saying. Didn't like what you were saying online about me, mate. Didn't like it. I
And
wanted
we're
off the
talking
block
about
off.
this is the Project Unity grifter,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Jay from Project Puberty got a hair across his ass because I called him a Putin apologist who was tweeting out Russian apologetics literally the week that Ukraine was having their hospital shelled. And he didn't like that. And I said, well, your tweets speak for themselves. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You're
I
a
do
Putin
remember
apologist.
that. And
Yeah.
also, you're like a lot like me though. If I'm honest about it, you're a lot like me. Like you find a lot of information that people don't really want to be public, and then you put them on blast for it, like these Tubacabra racists. I couldn't believe that. This guy had hundreds of racist, anti-Semitic statements all over was it Discord, right?
It was mostly Discord, yeah.
And you found hundreds and hundreds of them and put them
Quite
all
literally.
online. And you put them all on the internet.
Oh, I've put maybe half of them on the internet.
And then I did happen to hear that you were in a spaces with him and he was trying to argue his way out of this with you. I didn't think it went very well for him. What do you think is going to happen in that situation? Is that guy going to just keep rolling on with the UFO stuff, or is he going to bow out?
You know what? And it's good and it's bad at the same time. The information's out there. You can point to literally hundreds of pieces of evidence to say this is who this person is, and it's up to the community to just make that judgment themselves. I've made it abundantly clear my stance is all we can do is lead by example. We need to just not give people like that the microphone. And
yeah, and hey, by the way, I do want to apologize because I had a different I had a bad perception of you, but then I started seeing you do some of these things that, to be quite honest, I would do if I was in possession of that information. We'd be doing a show about it. And by the way, people told me I should, and I didn't get to. I just busy week or what. We didn't get to detail all those. We're probably still going to do it. So I think that I like muckrakers. That's what I like. I like people that find that information that people would rather stay hidden and show it to everybody. Let people make up their own mind, And
absolutely.
so, I apologize if we got off to a bad start or I had a bad perception. Oh, but I am supposed to.
I talk a lot of shit. I absolutely talk a lot of shit.
Somebody said that you had somebody sent me a message, and they're a nameless, faceless Twitter account. So take from this what you will. But somebody sent me a message though, and just to play devil's advocate, and said that you have no right to say anything about anybody making racist statements because you had some kind of racist YouTube stuff or something.
Oh yeah, somebody made a YouTube account. I think it was, what was it called? Something to do with Muslims. I honestly can't even remember the name of it.
So it was an imposter.
But then just slapped King Milkfart on the name, and it said it had 3 videos, and I'm like, I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. It's probably you, but it's not me. Sorry. I do have a YouTube account. It's stupid though. It's just like me playing Call of Duty and some bullshit like that.
Oh, okay.
Don't waste your time, or feel free.
All right, so that's a nothing burger, and
sorry.
I've often experienced this, and that is the kill the messenger syndrome. If they can't attack the evidence that you have, making them look like, ridiculous, then they attack you personally.
Sure.
Like,
yeah, I mean, it's human nature.
I've had it happen many, many times, but I think there's a need, quite honestly, I think there's a real need for people to have the whole story. We don't get the whole story. We get half the story about some of these UFO characters, and they hide the rest from all of the people that they're, trying to make money from. But back to UAPx, in their defense, I will say, I talked to Jeremy a bunch of times. I thought that they had a good mission statement and goals, but then I saw this tear. Is it tear in the sky or tear in the sky? I always get confused.
I think it's a tear in this guy, I think is how it's pronounced.
That sounds like that sounds like reading the song lyrics wrong or thinking they're wrong.
Yeah, that
No,
was low
but
hanging fruit. Sorry.
that was kind of a joke to me because it was one of the same things that I talk about here all the time. You got to overhype and then underdeliver. So they overhyped that project. Oh, we've got William Shatner here, and we've got like a wormhole opening up in the sky, and it turns out to be a nothing burger. And UAPx was supposed to be the science deciding this, but in their defense, they said that they didn't get any editorial rights, or that maybe they were used to sell that project or something like that. Because the problem is that they're and then there's other issues here too that
they do a lot of backpedaling and a lot of revisionist history on their own statements, I've noticed.
What do you think about them being a nonprofit organization, but then them deciding that you have to pay them for interviews? I found that to be problematic.
I would be willing to bet that if whoever gave them the silver medal of whatever the fuck they just tweeted about knew that they were doing that, they wouldn't have done that.
It could be. Think. Yeah. No, you're probably right. And what, I don't know. I thought maybe I'm wrong about that. So I called a few nonprofits just at random, and I just asked them.
Oh, you actually looked into this?
I did a little.
Awesome.
Because I don't know nonprofits. Maybe nonprofits say, look, their defense was, we only have so much time. We only have so many personnel available to field these requests. So we have to generate revenue with those requests. But every nonprofit that I talked to, which is, I don't know, 4 or 5 at least, I just called some nonprofits, including one. I did reach out to one that a friend of mine works for. And I asked him, do you guys charge if somebody wants an interview? And they all said no. So
of course,
people are attacking UAPx, saying that it's sort of a front and it is really just a profit-driven
100%
situation disguised maybe as a nonprofit.
I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to say it's fraudulently nonprofit. I would say that the UAPx entity is a certifiably nonprofit organization.
No, they're all legal. Yeah. It's a 501c3 charitable organization legally.
But I would be willing to bet that there's some a little beak wetting going on the side. I don't know if that's true, but knowing the character of someone like Jeremy McGowan, it wouldn't shock me personally.
I see. Maybe I haven't. I don't know. I just, or maybe I didn't dig enough. I had a lot of questions after that tear in the sky thing, because I kind of felt like that was backpedaling. They were in that. They, were hyping it along with everybody else, and it was this huge hype train, and then a big letdown, like so many other UFO projects.
And believe it or not, I wasn't even hyped for the film itself. I was hyped for the ensuing data dump that was coming 2 Aprils ago. Now,
yeah, we didn't get the data, right? But there could be some contractual problems, like the people who own the documentary didn't want them to release it. Again,
the people who owned the documentary did have them sign an NDA, and it expired, according to Jeremy McGowan, in April of, it was either 2021 or 2022. I honestly can't remember, but it was not. It came and went.
So there's nothing then contractually or legally then perhaps
according to McGowan, it was their NDA was up in April.
Okay, so you wanted to see the data? Is there something specific in the data set that you were interested in?
There were Reddit posts from the UAPx account. This was back when I was still on Reddit, so it probably was 2021. Now that I think about it, you know what? I bet you the post was in 2021, about April of 2022. Sorry, I'm harping on the date. I just want to make sure everyone knows I'm not, trying to be disingenuous here. They said there were terabytes of data that they were going to be making public, all about the data they collected on that, excursion or what have you, for the filming of the tear in the sky. And that's what I was looking forward to, because I'm like, I want to see the data. Yeah, I get it. You don't have editorial control of a movie. You're not running a Hollywood studio. You had a crew film you do this thing. to look for UAP. They're going to make a documentary. Maybe they'll spice it up, add Jurassic Park music. Who the fuck knows? I want to see the data.
Hey, let's watch those F-bombs. You're gonna owe me 27 cents at the end
Oh,
of
can
this
I not?
thing.
I'm sorry. I should have asked that beforehand. I'm a
No,
filthy
it's okay.
Massachusetts boy.
I'm never concerned with the one show, but you know how YouTube works. We have one show where somebody curses a lot, and they peel back the dials for the next 3 weeks while we try
really?
not to curse. Yeah, it's really.
Oh, I
Getting
did not
late.
know that.
It's really.
Like I
No,
said,
it's
I
quite
don't.
all right though. You know how hard it is for me to not do it.
I can imagine.
I have to. It's so hard. Yeah. So I don't know. You know, I'm torn though. To be very honest with you, you know, I'm a cards on the table kind of guy. I like their ideas, right? Like, let's go and scientifically
Sure.
investigate UAPs and UFOs. Who wouldn't like that idea? But
Absolutely.
then it seems like any other situation, like now there's this documentary that's really, really, let's just call it problematic, that they were directly involved in. That was, quite honestly, I felt like that was a big money grab, and maybe not for them, but for the people running that
Someone.
thing.
Sure.
Yeah, and it was like every other UFO documentary, hyped out the wazoo. As you know, we're finally going to get to the truth, and we're going to get answers, and we didn't get any truth or answers. We got, essentially, I felt like we got lies, like here's a wormhole in the sky, but it wasn't a wormhole, right?
I mean, I haven't seen the data. That's the problem. I don't know. I want to look at the data. I want to say what sensors did you use? What were the readout numbers? What can we actually make of this? You know, not a jump cut here, lens flare. Oh my gosh, what's that? Scene in a Hollywood
Yeah,
type movie.
we've seen an awful lot of that, right?
Yeah. Thank you,
So
J.J. Abrams.
do you think, yeah, it's his fault. Do you, especially the lens flares, do you think then that they're not releasing the data because the data shows that this is ordinary earthly objects and nothing spectacular?
No, I think personally, again, everything I'm saying is my opinion. Don't go sue happy, Jeremy. This is all my opinion. You're willing to come on here and say whatever you want about me, and you can defend yourself against anything I'm saying. This is just my opinion.
Yeah, and by the way, I told him, if he is, you know, look, I'm a parent. I have a kid in karate. He's got a kid in karate.
Sure.
He's literally right now, and I know his schedule about this because I tried to get him on before at our usual
Gotcha.
showtime, and he was at karate with his child. So in his defense, he's in the middle of stuff with his children and couldn't make
That's
it. But I just want to make sure that everybody understands the door's always open for him here. He can come later tonight if he wants. I'll do
Sure.
another show, or he can come tomorrow or whenever he can, and same for Gary and everybody else. Because
If he wants to come when I'm not on the show, I have no problem with that. He can say whatever.
Yeah, and we want to thank JC for a kind and generous $1.99 super sticker. I don't know if you know Trixie, but we during the pandemic, there's a lot of out of work strippers, you know, and some of them need work. So we have her to help thank people for their money. Thank you for helping us to praise the cash.
This is an exclusive just coming in from our UFO exclusives desk here at Truthseekers. Suspicious lights have been spotted above the White House, and I need you all to get out your telescopes and point them in the direction of the White House, because I think you are going to see something absolutely incredible and totally real. That sounds like such a plausible story that us on Truthseekers have just got to cover it. Back to you, Stephen.
Thank you, Trixie. And I see Joe backstage just looking like, where am I at? Listen, you know it's a circus. This whole UFO thing is a circus. I'm just the ringmaster sometimes here. That's, you know, whatever we have to do. 85% male audience, you know. So, yeah. So,
Sorry about the data. What I was getting to.
Yeah.
I don't think that there are terabytes of data. I think that was a bottle of snake oil that we were sold.
Or maybe just an exaggeration.
Or maybe they never had any data.
Yeah. And also, I want to be very clear in this, because here's the thing with this situation. Don't you think that a lot of people who are sort of pro Lou Elizondo are doing,
myself included?
Okay. Well, that may be one of the reasons that you and I never connected very well, because I'm not very pro Elizondo.
You're allowed to be wrong.
Yeah. Okay. So, but I can feel it already. All the people that are pro Elizondo are like happy that this happened, because Jeremy was very anti Lou Elizondo and did
Oh
those
yeah,
blog posts and things like that.
sure.
And then the people who were anti Lou Elizondo are not very happy, because everybody did sort of this whole cheering, including me, when
Sure.
Jeremy contributed what he had to contribute about his experience. Do you think this is gonna? Do you think I'm right about that? I think the pro Lou people
Oh
are kind
yeah,
of like,
yeah. People
see,
definitely.
Jeremy, look who he's working with. He's not trustworthy. It's going to hurt his credibility, I think.
It's definitely going to hurt his credibility. And I mean, it's one thing if you want to be, oh, take that, Jeremy. But I also feel like most people who are on the side of Lou Elizondo kind of got there because they see people like Jeremy who are so vehemently against him, and then they look into his past, and then you find out, oh, something happened with him. And I mean, I don't know what's been said or whatnot, but like, him and Lou have a past, and it did not end on terms where it would be shocking to have someone like McGowan write a very inflammatory fan fiction. Let's just say.
Well, that's pretty interesting. So, do you? I think here's the problem, right, Joe? Like, my problem is that I have my own set of sort of moral compass, right? I have my own moral compass. That's a better way to say it. And like, if I had gotten in this situation, the first thing I would do is end the relationship. But that's my moral compass. Jeremy decided to write this long blog post, sort of defending that they have a relationship with this person.
Right.
And I mean, we can share some of it, but it's essentially, a defense of, and he called it setting the record straight. He says many leading companies, including some of the largest retailers and manufacturers in this country, have stepped up to lead these efforts by providing employment opportunities to convicted felons. McDonald's, Starbucks, Microsoft, Coca-Cola, General Mills, Delta Airlines all hire convicted felons. But do we know that they hire convicted child rapists, though?
Exactly.
Because I think there is a
it's a
distinction.
whitewash. It's a whitewash apologetics defense. It's hey guys, it's not so bad. Yes, is he a felon? Well, here's some quickly found statistics about felons and why felons aren't bad. Well, guess what? No one's saying felons are bad necessarily, but people who
half my friends are felons, to be honest with you.
I mean, you can
my
become
family,
a felon. You can become a felon because you got drunk and you took a whiz on a tree, and it happened to be like within a school zone. Like that, isn't that like the classic cliche horror story you always hear about?
Oh,
I
yeah.
got on
And then you're a sex offender too.
Sex offender, exactly. There you go. There's that, and then there's second-degree sodomy on a 15-year-old girl. And he was what, 35 years old at the time?
Yeah, so that's extremely problematic. And
it's not a 15-year-old girl and a 17-year-old boy. You know what I mean?
He says UAPx knows it's extremely important to understand that each of those individuals have their own stories. Most of the time, details are private, and the reasonings behind what occurred are part of their personal journey. We may never be able to understand them. However, it's important to consider that these people seek to make amends and work towards a second chance at life.
Guess who doesn't get a second chance at childhood?
I know. Yeah, that's why it's a problem for me. I was disappointed, honestly, to see him write this, because I think I think there's a pure distinction between a convicted felon and a convicted child rapist, child sodomist. One, there's not. It's like false equivocation. One of these things is not like the other, and I think I think most people are second chance people. Like, for example, quite honestly, if I have friends, my uncles growing up on my mother's side were all in the pagan motorcycle gang. They were cooking meth, selling meth, robbing boxcars. They were in and out of prison, but eventually they straightened themselves out and got real jobs and tried to, go down the right path. So I'm a second chance person myself. I have family that got second chances, but
Yeah.
I have a problem giving the second chance to some of these other people. When it involves a child, I'm a lot less forgiving.
Absolutely. Especially considering the fact that this wasn't like you were a couple years or months or whatever over, the legal age of consent in your state, and you got grabbed on a technicality. Like, this is like subhuman behavior for someone to do when they're 25 years old to a 15-year-old girl. This
Yeah.
guy was 35.
Richard Crawley with kind and generous Canadian $6.99. Bless you, Trixie. Well, thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. And thank him, Trixie.
This is Trixie from Truthseekers, thanking you for your generosity. I'm gonna praise the cash so hard, I'm gonna need a fake med bed to bring me back to life.
Nice. I like the med bed plug. That's nice.
Yeah, that's
but yeah, I mean,
scam going on right now.
At the end of the day, it's hey Jeremy, what are you gonna do? And he goes, well, this guy's gonna try to get a second chance into society and hopefully, I guess, maybe kind of sort of not reoffend, but I get a free gimbal out of it.
Yeah, I mean that's the problem that I have. Like, couldn't you just say no to that and get it somewhere else? Like, I'll start a GoFundMe for you to get a gimbal somewhere else that doesn't involve this kind of ugliness.
Oh yeah, if some new company is founded by some fresh entrepreneur who just got back out on the streets and he wants to get back in business, yeah, I'd offer someone a free almost swore there, sorry, free gimbal as well.
So, again, to play the devil's advocate though, like, is it really like, I don't blame him for becoming involved with this person, because you can't.
You can't know. You can't know
everybody that you get involved with, right?
Right. Sure.
But I think it's what made this worse for me was the defense of it. Like, they're just going to continue with this relationship regardless of the situation there.
Unabashedly.
Yeah.
Indignant at your judgment, sir.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the vibe I got off of reading that blog post. Indignant at your
and also I do disagree with what he said here, and he said that UAPx hasn't hired any ex-convict or felon, though we aren't opposed to the idea as clearly stated above. And he calls what you did, and I suppose what we're doing right now, attacks upon UAPx reflect the ignorance of those people engaged in this activity of disruption and mudslinging.
Right. I mean, I googled a company that you advertised you were partnering with on a project. Sorry.
Yeah, UAPx entered into a loose agreement with a specific company for the development of custom hardware to be used for our UAP UFO tracking and identification efforts. The company, not the individual. While that company's CEO has a history with conviction, the work, output, value, and ability of the company is not in question. UAPx will continue to persevere in our chosen field, a field which is rife with stigma and pushback. We are in an uphill battle every day doing what we do.
Whoa, I missed that part on lap one. He just compared the stigma of the UFO community to the stigma surrounding child molesters. That's what he did right there.
Yeah. And he calls these attacks upon our company do nothing but waste more valuable time, energy, and resources that could be better placed in uncovering the mystery of the phenomenon.
Yeah, that's dark. What he just pulled right there. That's dark.
Yeah. And, again, I think that there's a false equivalency here, because he cites all these companies that hire convicted felons, but I guarantee you that those people aren't hiring convicted child rapists. Well, I can't guarantee it. I mean, I'd have to call each one and check, but that'd be an awkward phone call.
I also find it funny that he said a conviction singular. And I would like to know what the PR representatives of all those companies that he brought into his defense thought about this particular ex-con.
Yeah. Yeah. And he cites that we've seen an extreme increase in arrests and felony sentencing in our population, and how many people are felons. 2/5 of U.S. adult population is considered a felon. Do you think these are all just excuses for?
Yeah. How many of those? What percentage of that total are just drug offenders, for instance?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you could become a felon real fast, especially, look, I remember when you could become a felon for being in possession of marijuana.
Yeah.
I mean, easily. You get pulled over, you got a joint in your car, you're done. You're a felon.
Cocaine still is, I believe, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we want to thank Lord Ludacris, who says, disagreements aside, King Milk Fart. Great name, by the way. But you did that to make the whole thing funny, right? You did that to make it ridiculous, like the circus that this is.
If you want to know the true origin of King Milk Fart, I said to myself, what username can I use that just no one wants to say?
Great. Yeah. Because that's how I feel. I don't even.
Yeah. No one wants to say it. I understand.
I forgot before the show. I'm like, oh, geez. Like, please just give me another name so I don't have to say King Milk Fart or something. Great work on the chupacabra stuff and exposing this current person. KGRA is wild. Consider unblocking me.
That's a negative.
You got a problem with Lord Ludacris? Come on.
That's a negative. That's a negative, Luda.
Great show tonight. See that? You got, even from people you blocked, say you do good things, right?
Well, I do appreciate that. And okay, I'll tell you, I'll consider it.
Consider it. Yeah.
I'll consider it.
Yeah. And Leah Prime is here with $1.99 super chat with respect. And now I feel funny doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Thanks for helping us to praise the cat.
This is Trixie from Truthseekers, thanking you for your generosity. I'm gonna praise the cash so hard, you are gonna need a cease and desist letter from your fake lawyer to make me stop.
He's like looking real close. Well, thank everybody for their kindness, generosity, and support. So, listen, we do have to talk about some of this stuff. So besides this big controversy, you're very into this whole UAP and disclosure coming soon. We were talking a little bit. You really still think that, first of all, I want to ask you this. Do you believe that the United States government is in possession of alien technology, biology, bodies, recovered craft?
Yes and no. I would not bet on the bodies, although I think that there's a very good possibility. But technology that we do not know the origin of, yes, absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Really?
Yep.
And who do you think is the people that are hiding that?
I think it's most likely private companies like BAE, Lockheed Martin, Northrop, those types, so that they're immune from FOIA and government oversight pretty much when they're doing the dirty work.
Well, that we can agree on. I was talking about Battelle Institute to you off air. I think all roads lead back to Battelle Institute. And by the way, I'm just going to pin, for those who asked, we're broadcasting live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Rumble, and Odyssey. And Twitch, we're this close to getting monetized. So you can help us a lot. I've pinned the Twitch stream link and Twitch channel link in the description of the video. If you want to hop on over there, we might get monetized today. And
I'll give you one right now. Why not?
That'd be great. I appreciate it. Yeah, it looks like it's a miracle to get monetized on Twitch without a video game channel. We don't do video games.
I think it's almost impossible now with doing anything. Twitch has kind of been in a down slump, I think.
Yeah, and I didn't realize this, but they take half the money or something like that.
Oh, do they?
Yes, but there's a situation here that people aren't aware of. If you have an Amazon Prime account, for free, they give everybody with an Amazon Prime account $5 a month that they could give to a Twitch streamer, and it won't cost it won't cost you anything. So we're trying to get the Twitch monetized so that we can do a bumper that says, hey, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can help our show and it won't cost you anything. And I'm a terrible salesperson, but that's one idea we came at.
Boom. There's your
and
follow.
Thank you very much. And Gorilla Gamer is there, back at you, kiddo. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. So you were willing to talk to Jeremy about this, though, or Gary, or
whoever wants to talk about it. Yeah. If I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong.
And thank you, My Flock is Everywhere, for your kindness, generosity, and support. Well, I think that this comes down to, though, the specific, like I said, the specific moral compass of the person who's looking at the situation. Some people are so liberal that they wouldn't find a problem with this at all. They would say, and in their defense, I'll say it, this guy may have made some mistakes in the past, pretty big mistakes, but okay, and he served his time, and now he has a company.
Sure.
So you can't hold that against him, but I still would. That's just the way that I am. I turn right off,
I wouldn't want pretty much any association with someone who is capable of doing that, because if they're capable of doing that, anything else is on the table.
And the reoffense rate too, as well.
Yep.
And I was also surprised by this because Jeremy has children. I'm often, I mean, it's just the way it is. Sometimes people that don't have children, they don't react the same way to this. Do you know what I mean? They're more liberal.
Sure.
They're like, well, he had a mistake. The girl was 15, you don't know what really happened in that situation, But when people have children, they're usually a bit more sensitive to this and unforgiving in these situations.
That makes total sense. And I'll tell you, I'm flat out horrified by it as somebody with no children. And I would not want to be in business or have my name or the name of my company in the same book as that person's name, let alone on the same project.
Yeah, and I don't know. There seems to be, I grew up Catholic, so you can imagine. Like,
likewise,
the cover-ups in that was ridiculous. They're like, oh, we'll just move them to another church,
Yeah, problem solved.
Victims, we won't. And the fact that nobody called the police, right? We'll just handle this internally.
Yeah.
Whatever you have to do. It was crazy. Absolutely
insane.
Crazy.
Absolutely insane. And I mean, all we can do now is call it out when we see it and say, hey, take a look at this person, maybe, steer clear out of, morality's sake.
I would definitely, I don't know. And again, in their defense, maybe they just have maybe he's more forgiving. Maybe
he fell. We don't know what she was wearing, right?
No, yeah. I don't want to get into specifics.
Exactly.
I feel bad for the victim. And
there's no argument, is what I'm saying. There's no defense for.
And I knew a girl growing up. I knew a girl growing up that was abused, and she ended up committing suicide because of it. It's a tough situation to recover from, even years later.
Situation.
Yeah,
it's the one thing that no one really is. I mean, for good reason, no one's comfortable talking about it, but because of that, a lot of it goes untalked about, and a lot of people suffer their entire lives afraid to say anything.
Yeah, and to be quite honest, in this situation today, like, I couldn't ignore this. We're going to talk about it, and to be fair to Jeremy and Gary, we've offered them the opportunity. They can come here whenever they want. We'll talk about it again. But like, I reported on all the other stuff going on, like the KGRA guy. I was so surprised about that. We got Jimmy Church, Richard Dolan, Whitley Strieber, and a bunch of other people were on that network, and apparently they all knew that the program manager was a convicted pedo. And nobody talked about it and nobody cared, as long as they were making money. That seems to be the situation. As long as there's something in it for me, I'll look the other way about this person's past. It's problematic for me. I would just find money somewhere else that's not dirty like that,
Like you said, you could find 100 people who could do it who don't have that on their record. Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, the person who hired him is the person who's now running Jimmy Church and Christina Gomez network KUNX, and he knowingly hired that child rapist and then made public posts defending his decision to do so because that person was uniquely qualified for the position. That's what he said.
And that was who hired?
I can't remember. His name escapes me, and I don't want to give the incorrect name. It's a person running KUNX network right now. He used to run KGRA or work with KGRA.
And he hired Jimmy Church?
No, Jimmy wasn't. Let's be clear.
Yeah, sorry. Honestly, I just want to make sure I'm understanding you.
No. Yeah. Well, there was KGRA, and the person who now runs the Jimmy Church's radio or streaming network was the person who hired that child rapist at KGRA. But then he left KGRA to start KUNX apparently, or something like that. Yeah.
All right.
So, and again, that person defended it. He defended why they hired him and things like that, Yeah. And my question would be the same question that I have for Jeremy is like, could you just hire somebody that doesn't have this problem or this history? Wouldn't that be best for you, especially as a nonprofit and when you're trying to be like a serious, credible scientific organization? You don't want that associated with your organization at all. At least I wouldn't,
Or if you're going to write a response, be honest and say, you know what, we're hurting and we could use the free labor and I'm willing to look the other way and just be honest. It's not good, but it's not that. It's not that apologetic BS that you threw up there in your blog post, Jeremy. Come on.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I just don't understand it, but I'm hopeful. Maybe I'll talk to Jeremy. I'll get some more clarity on it, but maybe he won't want to now. I don't know.
Jeremy, will you unblock me? Jeremy?
Apparently I'm told, that person is in the chat right now.
Who's that?
I saw somebody earlier say, "Let me tell my story," and apparently that's the person that we're discussing tonight.
McGriddle, get in here.
Yeah. Oh, Michael Barry, what's your blood type? That's what the person is. That's
what?
That's what somebody's saying that he was in the chat.
I mean, it's A. If you want to know, I have blood type A. Why?
I don't understand.
What are you gonna do with that?
Yeah, Michael Barry, are you the person that we were discussing earlier with? Maybe that's a different name that he's using. Who knows?
I mean, I think on YouTube, anyone can just put whatever display name they want, can't they?
Yeah, I think so. But let me get over so I don't get the name wrong again. I'm trying to get through your copious Twitter postings here. Yeah. Mike Barry. That's Mike Barry, owner of Neurotics. If you give me an email address, I'll send you the link to the chat. I'll send you the link to email, and you can be on the show. You can come right on, and you could tell us your part of the story, Michael Barry. You can email me here. I'm going to give you this email. You can email me, and we'll bring you right on. Sure. Yeah, everybody's entitled to their TruthSeekersShow@gmail.com. Just send me a message. Say, I'm Michael Barry. I want to come on the show, and we'll put you on.
Blood type?
Yeah, or I'll give you a. What does he want your blood type for? Or I'll give you my cell phone number, and you can just call in if the computer stuff is a problem for you. Some people don't have a streaming setup or whatever,
or are legally allowed near one. Yep.
What did he say? Legally, yeah. You publish your email. I don't know what that means, Michael Barry. But you got convicted for raping and sodomizing a 15-year-old girl. So I'm not sure what your defense is of that.
He might have slipped on like a banana peel or something.
Yeah. He said something earlier. I saw it. He's like, "Let me tell my story," but I thought it was a random person. I didn't realize it was the person that we're discussing here.
He looks like Quentin Tarantino in that thumbnail. Kinda, right? A little bit.
Michael Berry says he has no criminal record. How can he have no criminal record when we found that?
That's not. That's wholly
Oh, he says,
inaccurate.
why did this happen? Because lawyers trade cases out.
No,
And he
no,
says
no, 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 no.
she lied about
Shut
her
up!
age.
Oh man, I'm gonna start dropping f-bombs. I'm not talking to that guy. I don't want to hear that. She lied about her age. She lied. Oh yeah, what? She lied about a bunch of stuff. You're the one who went to the police. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he says, let me tell my story. So, email
Let
me.
him on.
I'll check my email. You're more than happy to come on and tell your half of the story.
That's gonna. Ooh.
We like to give people the whole story. But
it's gonna be a story, all right.
That'll be the first time in my show's history that the actual person we're reporting on actually came here.
Oh, I was hoping for Jeremy. Rats.
I don't. Well, yeah. I mean, maybe
not your fault.
Yeah.
Unblock me, Jeremy. Everyone knows you're watching, Jeremy. Just unblock me. Come on.
Yeah, and B. Baker thinks that's really the guy. It would be weird if somebody just came in here randomly and said all these things to pretend they were the guy. And now we get nothing. Now we get silence from him.
Oh, is he not? He didn't give his email or what have you? Oh, was he saying you publish your email, meaning like okay, maybe he says like he's saying he doesn't want to put his email out there.
Well, probably, I need someplace to send you the. Is he on Twitter? Michael Berry on Twitter. Do we have him on Twitter? I think we did. Michael Berry. I'll try to send it to you on Twitter. I'll send you the invitation on Twitter. Mike Berry. He's on Twitter. I can send the link in a.
There you go.
Now I can't find him though. Doesn't look like the same screenshot that you have. Yeah, put your Twitter handle in the live chat, and I will send you the invitation link, and you can come on.
Bush League, Mikey.
Yeah. Boy, I bet you didn't think you're gonna. Is he sending it to you? Is he? No, I don't see anything. He kind of disappeared. Oh, here he is. Wait.
Got him.
He's trolling us.
Oh no.
This is bizarre. I'm trying to email you. Well, you run a robotics company. I think you can handle email, right? I mean, just email me here and we will send you the link. I will not share or publish your email anywhere else. I will just send you the link to StreamYard so you can come on the show. You can tell us your side of the story. It's truthseekershow@gmail.com. Right on the description here on the screen. Truthseeker Show. One truth seeker and then the word show, but all one word at gmail.com. I'm monitoring my email right now. Hitting refresh. As soon as you send me an email to send you the invitation to, I'd be happy to do that. Do you think this guy's going to come on here, Joe?
I'd say give him another 60 seconds if you don't see something pop in there. Nah.
Well, he says sent, but I don't see anything. Check my spam folder.
You know why? It's going to take a minute. It has to go to the FBI and then to you.
Yeah, I don't see an email from him. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to trust the live chat for a second. Here we go.
Okay.
Here's what I'll do. I'll put the invitation right in the live chat, but I'm only accepting Michael Berry. If you guys don't mess with me now, because this is a kind of serious situation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the invite to join the show right in the live chat. Mike Berry only. Only Mike Berry. Yeah, please, nobody else jump into the chat. I appreciate everybody doing that. There's the StreamYard link, Mike Berry. So you can come right in and you could be voice only if you don't want to show your face, which is quite understandable given the current situation. And you could tell your side of the story. I was kind of hoping that Mr. Voorhees or Mr. McGowan would come here and talk about this, but I never thought we'd get the guy, right?
For real.
Yeah.
Come on, Mikey.
So now there's no there's no reason he can't now. Oh, wait, here it is. I got an email from him. All right.
Oh.
I'll give him the email. And I have sent you the invitation link, Michael Berry. There you go. And by the way, I just want to warn Mr. Berry before he comes here, don't lie to me, because if you lie to me and I get the court records, then I do another show and we correct the record. So, you know, if you come here and are truthful, I'll get the court records and verify what you're saying is truthful, then I'll apologize or what. Well, I don't know that I'll apologize, but, you know, I'll say whatever I have, you know, whatever is appropriate. But if you come here and lie about the situation and the court records prove otherwise, that's going to be more problematic for you, because I'm not willing to just accept your word of this is the story and this is how it happened, right?
I wouldn't accept it.
Well, it appears that it is him from his email that says mikeberry@gmail.com. I really don't think somebody could, to troll me, would create a Michael Berry. I don't even think you could create a Michael Berry. That's probably
I would think that'd
really
be taken.
That'd be taken, and it's his picture. The profile picture matches in both the live chat and in the live chat, and the email profile picture matches. And I can't imagine somebody would just come here to tell stories about rape and sodomy that isn't him. But, you know, stranger things have happened. Well, this is quite exciting, but now we're waiting. He's registered, don't need court records. Well, the court records will tell you a great deal more of what the situation was, what happened, why he was arrested, what the victim said.
Yeah, you get the whole transcript.
Yeah, I would get the transcripts because, you know, we want to be 100% accurate. And here he's in the chat. He says, "I have no." You're in the Discord.
Get out of here!
What are you doing in the Discord, Michael Berry?
He's full of it.
I sent you the link to join the show. If you're not going to join the show, the guy runs a robotics company, but he can't work Zoom. You know, like. It's a StreamYard link, which I sent you. I sent you the link to StreamYard. You just click that link, click allow mic cam access, or just mic access, and you'd be right here in the show with us, and you could tell your part of the story. You know, telling your part of the story in the live chat is not really helping. Bob Birkin says, "You have balls." I respect that a lot. Not until he comes on the show. If he's just going to, you know, troll us in the chat because he doesn't like us talking about his history of child rape and sodomy.
I have no criminal record. That's like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. It's in the thumbnail.
Well, that could be that he's a registered. Yeah, I think if he's a registered sex offender, that kind of means. Oh, here we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
You can hear me now? Sorry. Jesus fucking Christ.
Hey, thanks. Please watch the cursing, please. We'll all try to do that. So you are.
Can you imagine you get a notification like an hour before you get put on blast like this? Like this isn't like oh my God, let me shut down the echo.
What?
Echoing. Hold on.
So you feel like you're being put on blast?
No, he feels like he's being inconvenienced.
Yeah, sorry. And this is Mike Berry is here, who is the person that we are reporting on that has a previous conviction for child rape and sodomy. So you're here, Michael. You want to tell your side of the story? And what is it that we're getting wrong here? Hello?
Hold on.
Hold
on. Give me a moment because it's like echoing.
Yeah, you might want to put on a pair of headphones. That helps with the echoing. I will adjust here and put on echo cancellation too. That might help.
God.
This guy's screwing around.
Hold on.
Well,
this guy's screwing around.
No, he's saying
he's saying hold on, but
I give him a lot of credit if he really, you know.
Hold on, let me put these headphones on.
Yeah, certainly that'll help, and then you shouldn't have any echo.
Okay.
I have echo cancellation.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely. We can hear you. Can you hear us? Okay.
Nope.
Should be able to.
Oh my God. No, there's an echo. There's a really bad echo. Hold on.
Oh, so you can't
Jesus.
talk?
Turn off. If you are
I know, that's what
playing
I'm
the
doing.
show anywhere, turn off the show and just
Yeah.
just
Pretend it's
listen.
1994 and
That's what I'm-
turn Adam and Drew down.
Turn the radio down. Yeah.
Just go.
Yeah.
Just continue talking. Just.
Well,
Just
I don't know
continue
what you want us
talking.
to talk about. We're 10
Just-
minutes now to get you on the show.
I gotta
here to
close
tell your
all of
side
these
the story.
windows for some reason.
No, you don't.
Okay.
No, you don't.
All right.
Yeah, we can hear you. You can
Just
hear
give
us.
me a minute, man. It's like the echo is so bad.
You've had 10.
All right.
It's something else.
This guy's screwing around. This is some Richard and Sal shit.
Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you, bud.
We can hear
All right.
you.
Now
We
it's working.
totally
Now it's
can
working.
hear
Now
you.
there's no
Yeah.
echo.
Oh, now
All
there's
right.
no echo.
Now there's no echo.
All right. All right. So we're going to ask you again, what do you have to say for yourself? And now you're going to tell us there's an echo.
Like already, well, this is already like doesn't seem like if you're going to be like just saying that kind of stuff right off the bat, it just seems negative from the very get go. Like you already have it in your mind that I'm a bad guy and worthy of this shit, and you just give me shit right off the bat.
Well, I mean, all I'd have to do is look at your criminal record. So what do you have to say?
I have no
about it?
criminal
Prove me
record.
wrong.
I
Yes,
have
you
no
do.
criminal record. No, I don't. That's being on the sex offender registry. It's different. I have no criminal record. I'm one of the very few people that I'm on the list with no criminal record.
Okay, so how did you get your conviction expunged?
I didn't. It was never. I never had it. A conviction.
You don't have a conviction. You don't get on the sex offender registry
Wrong.
without a conviction.
Wrong.
Okay, well,
Wrong.
your records say conviction and then list.
Well, I've never
second
had
degree sodomy.
I never did have
statutory rape.
I never did have a criminal record, and there's a reason for that. Because I'm the one who went to the police. The girl lied about her age. I continually went to the police. The girl threatened to kill herself if I didn't talk to her.
This guy's out of his mind.
So
why am I out of my mind? Why am I out of my mind?
You were never arrested or convicted.
Of
Is
course,
that what you're saying?
I never had a conviction on my record.
Until you raped a 15-year-old. Yes, I agree.
No, I didn't rape a 15. No.
What did you
I
just
don't
call me?
understand. No, Michael, hold on one second, Joe.
What
I
did
don't
you just call
understand,
me?
Michael, because in my experience, you don't get on the sex offender registry until post-conviction. But you're saying you were never convicted of
I never
child
had
rape?
I never had a conviction on my record, and I never had to expunge it from my record, whatever that means.
So how did you get on the sex offender registry without a conviction?
That's the offer they gave me. That's how they convinced me to take an offer and not take it to trial.
That's not how it works, bud.
That's how it worked. I don't know what to tell you.
I know
you won't find a criminal record for me because I don't have one.
It's on screen.
That's not a criminal record.
Offense, statutory rape, second degree.
Yeah, well,
and then the date, and the city, the state.
There's no criminal record. I'm going to tell you, that's a sex offender registry. It's not a criminal record.
And what state do you live in? You live in Missouri, right?
Missouri.
All right. Well, I mean, I can check with the Missouri authorities to verify
whatever you want. Yeah. I mean,
no, but let's be clear though, because Joe, he could be correct.
He's not.
Are you aware that sometimes, Joe, you can be convicted of a felony conviction, but then they give you a deal where they will expunge it if you complete a probationary period?
Probation. Yeah, I never had any
Absolutely.
of that. I never had any of that. But
it doesn't matter. It
doesn't
never had
matter.
Probation.
Did you go to jail for this?
No, I never.
You did no jail time for raping a girl.
No, because I didn't rape a girl. Because I never raped a girl.
So what was the penalty?
The only penalty is being on that list.
That's something's off. I don't think this is even.
Something is off. Something is off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something is off. Believe me. I never deserved any of this stuff.
You didn't?
That's what I just said. Yeah.
Oh well, I disagree.
Are you aware?
You disagree. You seem to know a lot about it.
I do. It's Googleable. Anyone can look it up.
Look, what are you looking at? You don't know anything about it. You don't know her name. You don't know what happened.
Of course you don't know her name. She's a minor. They won't release her name.
She's not a minor. What? She's dead. She's dead.
Oh, how'd she die?
She committed suicide.
At what age?
I don't know.
He's full of it. He could have made something up.
No. No. Well, okay. Okay. If you're going to ask me what happened and then you're just going to tell me I'm full of shit with everything I say, what's the point?
Oh, you could tell us you could tell us your side.
You haven't said anything.
What happened? You don't.
Of course, I told you she's dead. That's number one.
Well, she died apparently after the rape and the sodomy. Maybe you had a
There was
causal
no rape, and
factor
there
in
was
that.
there was no rape and sodomy. She threatened suicide if I didn't talk to her.
And
She
then
lied
you had
about
to-
her
To the police,
age.
why?
Oh
you
my
had to
God.
penetrate her both vaginally and anally because she
Yeah.
was going to kill herself. Is that what you're claiming?
I mean, if you're just gonna like turn this into this kind of a conversation, there's no point.
I'm trying to understand.
So
First
you
of all,
just asked me if I
don't
if
understand
I
how
had
you're
to.
not a convicted rapist, but you're on a sex registry.
Yeah, because I'm
I don't
not.
understand that. I'm going to have somebody in the police
Yeah.
office explain
Okay,
this
good
to
luck.
me in Missouri, because where I come
Oh.
from,
Yeah.
you don't get there until you are convicted.
Yeah.
It's
Ah,
part
here
of
we go.
it's part of being convicted.
All I gotta do is like the girl lied. She lied. I can show you the police report that shows.
Yeah, blame the
where
victim.
she
I have
was-
your picture right here, by
So
the
she's
way.
not a victim.
You're on the you're on the Missouri State Highway
Yeah.
Patrol .government website under the sex
All right.
offender
Well, I mean,
registry.
you want to like me to tell my story, or you just want to like drag me through the mud?
Go
some
for
more?
it. Tell the story. Go.
The girl
Floor's
lied
yours.
about her age. She lied about her age online.
Online.
Yeah, she was on a dating website where you had to be 18 to join, and she told me over text that she was 18. And I went to the police because she wouldn't leave me alone. She was stalking me, threatening suicide if I didn't talk to her. She called me from 5 different phone numbers. I blocked all of them.
And why'd
she-
the police
She
arrest you?
because she said I had sex with her.
And you're
Bottom
claiming
line.
you didn't? You
No.
didn't?
No.
This guy's
Okay, well,
so
listen to this. She
malicious.
said that I had sex with her in public in broad daylight in front of a YMCA in a parking lot. Parked right in front of the front door of a YMCA.
Oh, I have hang on. I think there's more files on this site here on the Missouri Highway Patrol.
Well, you can work on that, Joe. And in the meantime, Mike, you can explain to me then. So you're saying that this girl was just crazy or something, lied to you about her age. Why would you get convicted if you could show texts where she told you she was 18?
Because she said I had sex with her after that. I mean, like, I don't know what to tell you. I went to the police. They told me she's not 18. She's 15, 16, whatever her age was. And then after that, she said that I had sex with her. So after, supposedly, I went to the police multiple times. I then met with her because I wanted to have sex with her in a parking lot.
Sounds legit. Sounds legit. You absolute scumbag.
So they didn't have any evidence in the form of a rape kit? Is that what you're telling me? There's no rape kit?
No, there is no rape kit. No. It was just her word against mine. That's it.
Okay. Well, you got 2 convictions. You got rape and sodomy for her word against yours.
Yeah, right there in this parking lot in front of YMCA.
It's a weird detail.
She said all this stuff happened in my car in a parking lot in front of a YMCA in broad daylight with people coming in and out of the front door.
So you're saying that this woman lied about her age and she lied about any sex that happened. You didn't have consensual sex then?
No.
You had no sex?
No sex. No.
You didn't penetrate her either vaginally
of course
or
not.
anally?
No. Why would I? No. Why would I go to the police and then pick this girl up to have sex with her after I'd gone to the police?
Well, I mean,
You drunk, dude?
Did you have a lawyer in the case, or?
Why are you asking me if I'm drunk?
Because you sound like you're 2 Xanaxes too deep right now.
No.
Well, to be honest with you, Mike, until I can go and get the actual court transcripts, and
none of this is fair. None of this is fair. You're dragging me through the mud. When I don't have time. Like,
we're dragging you through the mud. This is public information that we have here. It's not. It's public information.
I just want to be able to go live my life like every other human being. This is like such BS. I'm looking for a police report to send you right now, like scrambling to try to find this stuff. It's not fair.
Well, some people might say it wasn't fair to the victims.
There was no victim.
Not according to
legal records, there was a victim.
The Missouri State Highway Patrol .gov website. There's a victim.
Your faith in the legal system is touching. Like, you think prosecutors are such.
Do you really believe that they're just going to convict you with no evidence? Just her word against yours? That's it? There was no evidence. That's what you're saying.
That's how it works.
That's how it works.
One person's word against another. I was in her
You're right.
presence. I was in her presence. I was with her.
You know who has the
That's
story?
all.
Honestly, though, to give Michael, to give you the benefit of the doubt, you know who has the exact same story as you? Literally every other child rapist.
Yeah. Well, what can I say? Wow.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess we're at an impasse until I can get the court transcripts and.
There are no court transcripts. We never went to trial.
They never went to trial.
No, never went.
Get
What
outta
you
here,
think?
dude.
You think it went to trial? You think I'm lying?
No, he could be correct. He could have taken a plea deal.
Of course,
he could have taken a plea deal, and where are the court records then?
Okay.
You didn't plead.
Well,
what did you plead guilty of?
Not,
what did you plead guilty of? There's no plea deal without a guilty.
Yeah, well,
plea.
what you just saw on that list: rape and sodomy.
So you pled guilty to rape and sodomy. You stood and did an allocution.
What was the alternative?
Do you know what an allocution is? Just for the benefit of my audience.
No.
An allocution is a part of a plea deal. If you agree to plead guilty, you have to stand up in court
I know you
and do an allocution and admit what you did. So you stood up in court and said, I raped and sodomized
I had
this
to.
girl.
They told me I was going to go to prison if I didn't.
Yeah, you did an allocution. You stood up in court in front of a judge and said, I raped this 15-year-old girl. I sodomized this 15-year-old girl. But we're all supposed to believe that it was all set up and you didn't really do it. I'm sorry, I don't believe you.
Well,
I would never stand up in a courtroom and say that if I was innocent of those charges.
Easy to say. It's easy to say. It's easy for you to say that. It is until you're in that situation.
I was in a situation similar to that once. Not
a lot of
people
have been in
crime,
situations.
I got
if you're innocent,
once.
If you're innocent, you don't stand up and say that.
$15,000 in lawyers to defend my case for a BS case.
You're wrong.
I refused any plea deal, and so do many people who are innocent.
If that was the plea deal you took, that tells me you did way worse. That you were worried about them catching. I mean exactly what I just said.
Where I get no record and I have and I don't go do any time at all.
I'm pulling up your record right now and looking at it. What am I pulling up if you have no record?
There's no criminal record. Where are you?
The Missouri State Highway Patrol, Missouri.gov.
Well, you're looking at the the sex offender registry. You're not looking at.
Correct.
Yeah, it's not the same. No, there's no conviction you can find anywhere.
Yes, there are.
No.
In fact, it says
you're looking
offense listing.
Thank you, Scott.
Okay. It's called CaseNet, Missouri CaseNet. That's where you look up anyone's criminal record in Missouri. What you're seeing is a sex offender registry. That's it.
Oh, so it's the sex offender registry. Therefore, you're not a sex offender who committed no crime.
I have no criminal record. I can vote.
Yeah,
I can have a gun. I can vote.
Yeah, I own a. Can't live near a school though.
So you guys already have it decided that I'm just guilty, no matter what.
No matter what I say. According to available information, you're a sex offender. Therefore,
can
you're
I say
guilty.
something real quick?
You admitted that you pled guilty to a sexually related crime with an underage girl, a 15-year-old girl. You stood up in court and said, "I raped and sodomized
what's the alternative?
a 15-year-old girl."
Michael, I'm not saying you're a sex offender or a child rapist. Your government's saying that you're a sex offender and a child rapist.
Well, I'm touched by your faith in the government.
Thank you very much, Richard Crawley, for your kindness, generosity, and support. And given the sensitive nature of tonight's subject matter, I'm not going to be playing any more bumpers with hot chicks thanking you, so you'll have to forgive me.
Honestly, I think we've given. I think myself personally has given this POS far more time than he deserves. And
Chet with a kind and generous $5, and thanks for being What did you take an Alford plea? Do you know what that is? What is an Alford plea?
No, I don't. It's like I don't know what.
But before you go, explain this to me. So you took a plea deal where you would plead guilty to a sexually related to rape and sodomy in the second degree. Right, and then
I don't want to listen.
What was the rest of the deal? What was the rest of the deal? So that you would go on the sex offender registry, but they would wipe the conviction. Is that what you're saying happened?
That there wouldn't be a conviction.
That there wouldn't be a conviction.
There wouldn't be a conviction.
All right, I'm sick of listening to this absolute loon and disgusting pervert. I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks for having me on the show.
All right. Well, I apologize, Joe, but thank you for bringing this information to light.
Have a good one.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
I'm none of those things. I'm just not.
Well,
So,
you can
I'll just tell you.
understand, you're on the sex offender registry. You said you pled guilty to a sexually related offense with a child.
Yeah,
In
because
most people's minds, you're guilty then. You pled guilty.
yeah, they have ways to make you do that. Most people take a plea deal, and like 99% of the time, plenty of innocent people take a plea deal. So I don't have to tell you.
And Mike, people are a little confused. They want to be sure you are the Mike Berry that we're speaking of, right? You're not somebody else.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sorry you're unhappy with our coverage, but we are using publicly available records.
All I can say is that, I never deserved any of that stuff. It was my word against hers, and they told
Did
me
the victim deserve that?
Deserve what?
To be raped and sodomized by a 35-year-old man as a 15-year-old girl?
It didn't happen.
You pled guilty to it and stood up in court and said it happened.
Yeah. Well, it did not happen. It just didn't happen.
Okay. Well, I think we're at an impasse.
Like the girl was lying about a handful of things. First of all, she's lying about her age online. I'm the one who went to the police. Why would I go to the police and then go have sex with this girl? Like, why would I do that?
Well, now you're saying there was no sex even. There was no sex at all, but you still pled guilty to the sex or to the rape and sodomy.
I felt like I had to. But why would that happen? If you think about that, I went to the police. I've got police reports to show. I was going to the police continually about this girl.
Sheila Aliens has an important part. Then why are you a tier 3 sex offender, which means lifetime registry, and you cannot appeal?
It never happened.
All right. Well,
why would I go to the police about this girl stalking me and then go have sex with her? It doesn't make any sense at all. But that's what the police reports will show. I went to the police. This girl, who she said she put 3 different guys in jail, 3 other guys in jail. So like.
Well, apparently she's dead now, so she's not here to defend her position.
That's the only reason I talked to that girl.
Apparently left to me.
You
talked to that girl because you wanted to get laid, apparently, and didn't care if a girl was 15.
No.
And then you pled guilty to raping and sodomizing a 15-year-old girl.
You're lying. That's not true. Yeah. It's just not true.
All right. Well, why did she kill herself then, Mike?
She was suicidal when she started talking to me. So.
Are you aware of how many victims of sexual assault commit suicide? You think maybe that had something to do with it?
Because she had been sexually assaulted in the past, and she told me that, and she's threatening suicide every single time that she called me, and I was going to the police about that.
I think we've heard enough. I'm not going to have you here and disparage a dead girl who got raped and sodomized.
She didn't.
Best of luck to you, and you know what? Happen. May God have mercy on your soul, because I don't. All right. I'm sorry, friends. That's just about all I'm going to take here. I now will feel obligated to look more into the case. But is it my job? Like I have to prove this guy wrong? I don't think so. I don't think that's my job to prove him wrong. He's standing here telling us he's innocent, but then admitting that he pled guilty to the offenses for which he was charged. Therefore, he is guilty by definition. And let's get back to this thing called allocution. When you take a plea deal, you have to stand up in court in front of the judge. And by the way, I'll get a copy of those transcripts and hear exactly what he said in his allocution. We're supposed to believe that this man was fooled by a girl who claims she was 18 on a dating site. The police would have those records. He claims that the girl told him that she was 18 in text messages. The police would have those records. I'm sorry, I don't believe him. I'm sorry, I don't buy the story. I have never, I don't want to say never, almost never met a convicted sex offender that would just admit and say, yeah, I did it, and take responsibility for their actions. They're all innocent, right? The jails are filled with innocent people. And boy, what an incredible show. I have never had a situation like this happen. Don't know if I handled this entirely the correct way, but certainly he has if we're talking about him and he wants to come here and try to defend himself, I felt obligated to allow him to do so. Sheila Alien says, what's his connection to ufology? He was hired, in a sense, not hired. He is working with UAPx, who were the stars of the UFO documentary. Is it A Tear in the Sky or A Tear in the Sky? I always never quite know how to get it right. So there's, this whole scandal. Why would you work with someone like that if you were a nonprofit organization, a serious scientific organization? Why would you have a business relationship with that kind of a person? I'm just sort of blown away by tonight's event. And if you're just joining us, we had on the show convicted child rapist and sodomist. Well, maybe I shouldn't term it that way. We should say registered sex offender, child rapist, and sodomist Michael Berry until I get more information, because Mr. Berry claims that he was never convicted, which makes absolutely no sense to me. The only thing that I could think is that it is some sort of plea agreement whereby they would not give him a felony conviction if he just pled guilty and agreed to be a lifetime convicted or lifetime registered sex offender. And tier 3, I think that means most dangerous. I'm going to have to research all of this, however, because we don't want to give inaccurate information. And he keeps saying he has no criminal record. It was a plea agreement. All right, well, I'm going to look into all of it. I will look into all of it. We'll do an update when I have all of the court records, including your allocution, where we will be able to hear details of what you admitted to under oath in court. And by the way, you're just now saying that you lied under oath then when you pled guilty to child-related rape and sodomy? It's really a sad, slimy world that we live in. And I try to be a forgiving person, but when it comes to child-related sexual offenses, I'm not at all forgiving. And he's saying he's blaming the lawyers. The lawyers told him that's what he should do. Io Walk says, I got caught with weed twice. Next one's my third, and I'm going down. Yeah. Rodrigo is here. Well, welcome. Quite a dramatic turn of events. For those just joining us, we had Joe, better known as King Milkfart from Twitter, who released some information about well-known UAP charity organization, UAPx, a UFO research organization, having a business relationship with a registered sex offender who is a child rapist and child sodomist, according to publicly available sex offender databases in his home state. Robbie D is saying innocent people take plea deals all the time. They're scared of prison. Well, could be, but until I see the records, I don't really, I don't even want to comment any further. So we did the best that we could tonight in a difficult situation. We're covering this apparently registered child rapist and sodomist. Boy, the algo is going to love this show. How many times did we say the P word in those two words? We're covering this story, and the person involved, Mike Berry, B-E-A-R-Y, comes into the live chat and says, let me tell my story. I'm innocent. I don't have a criminal record. He comes here. He claims he took a plea deal, and though he pled guilty to these offenses, doesn't somehow have a criminal record. He's able to vote. He's able to own weapons, guns. which may very well be the case. And actually, I think we could take this as a teachable moment for all of us. And I will dig into the publicly available records. I am going to get all the paperwork that I can. I'll try to interview somebody who was involved in that case, like an investigating detective or prosecutor, whoever I can, and we'll get to the bottom of it. That's generally what we do here, but it's always best to have the facts in hand before putting mouth in gear. So we did the best we could tonight. We gave him, this Michael Berry person, an opportunity to tell his side of the story. You heard what he had to say. Let me know what you think in the live chat. Is this person telling us the truth? Is he making excuses for what he did, not taking responsibility for what he did? And hearing this story becomes even more tragic because now we hear that the victim in the case is committed suicide. And while we don't know if that was as a direct result of what he did to her, people will make assumptions then. Now I feel like I have to find out more about the story. And to be quite honest with you, I've had more than enough ugliness in my investigative work lately, investigating a cold case double homicide. But even that is not as ugly as this, to be honest. You know, and it's unfortunate, but this is Gunner 65 is here. Yeah. Well, quite the hot button, and the live chat is pumping right now. And people telling their story of perhaps being falsely accused of a crime. B. Baker saying that guilty as hell, Mysterion. You're trying to imply that this guy isn't guilty. He's on a sex offender registry. Yeah. 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 Well, Mr. Eon, you had yours day in court. You didn't plead guilty. You fought it and you won. This person pled guilty. So there's really, you know, one of these things is not like another, right? And I'm not sure. Yeah, Patty Wilhelm is here in the live chat. She's a former parole officer and says something isn't right with the story. Yeah. I don't understand how you can plead guilty to child-related sexual offenses and have no criminal record. Yeah, and Sandy Smith is here and says plea deals are usually pled down to a lesser offense, and I certainly agree with that as well. Yeah. No, we don't take things down. I'm going to leave it up. Can't imagine this episode will stay up long. I don't have any reason to take it down. The purpose of this broadcast was to inform the public, educate the public about the currently available situation. We did our very best to do that. And during the live broadcast, the person that being discussed, Michael Berry, wanted to come here and tell their side of the story. We gave them the opportunity to do so. People can make their decision about Mr. Berry and the veracity of his claims. I, for one, I'm sorry, I've never heard of somebody pleading guilty to a child-related offense like that and having part of their plea agreement be that they won't have a criminal record. But that's what he's claiming. Of course, he's claiming the lawyers told him he had to do that. But he indeed pled guilty to these very, very serious child-related offenses. Well, Michael, we'll see what you were actually arrested for, because it is quite... Yeah. Could be B. Baker. Yeah, I don't know. Very, very problematic. Sheila Alien says, I bet money she isn't dead. Well, that could have been a red herring. He could have said she was dead to prevent us from looking for her and get her side of this story, right? Yeah, well, thank you. Some supportive comments in the live chat. Mosh Bourne says, thanks, Steve, for your real-time tellings from your info. You are a moral truth seeker and hope you find more evidence as this guy needs more investigation. Well, you know, I warned him, don't come here and lie, because I will find out. I will look into it, right? Sure. And I will be digging into that case, and we'll bring you the whole story of the case, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And yeah, I have we'll have a copy of this show. Somebody mentioned this show isn't going to stay up. We don't take shows down unless we absolutely positively have to. This is a live show, and tonight was a crazy example of what can happen on a live show. We're here covering this story, and the person involved decides to come on the show, tell their side of the story. Do I believe him? No. But knowing the criminal justice system, you know, I don't know what you're getting upset about, Gunner 65. We have all the documents. We have the records. It's public records. Zizek says plea deals are last chance deals. Maybe. Not always. Sometimes they're a valid way to resolve the situation, and they save taxpayers time and money because people just plead guilty, usually to lesser charges. Yeah. Rodrigo Vieira says Michael should be able to bring evidence to the table too and clear it out. Well, he claimed he had the police report, but I didn't see that in my email or anything, so I'll have to get that myself. And you know, this just no, it's actually tobacco, M. Stone. Mr. Ian says he ought to be able to bring some testimony. Sheila Alien says no, they always offer a plea. Yeah, they do, right? And I had some situation where I was accused of something, and I got, you know, I had to make a decision. Am I going to plead guilty here to get out of this situation? I didn't do it. Everybody makes their own choices, however. If he didn't plead down the charges, then those were the original charges, and he agreed to the plea to keep it from trial. He's guilty. Yeah. Well, yeah, Michael, I'm going to tell you something that you should already know. People don't trust the word of somebody that pleads guilty to a child-related offense like that. And people don't like those people. You should already know that, right? Yeah. Would you hire this guy to babysit your children? Then why have him on your show? You know, Crypto, you are getting increasingly more and more critical of me. What was I supposed to do? We're doing a show talking about him. He requests to come on here and tell his side of the story. What would you do? We did the best that we could do in this situation. Sheila Aliens. What is he all shocked Pikachu face about? This is the reaction he should have expected from people. Yeah. Moshborn says, true in most cases, overwhelming evidence otherwise. Therefore, they end up with a longer sentence. More difficult otherwise, but does not mean either way they are innocent. Yeah, Star Hunter, you missed all the fun, right? The oneness is on you to prove your innocence now, Mike Berry, after you plead guilty. Yeah. Exactly. I'm going to get a copy of that, Patty Wilhelm. And we're going to get the court transcript so we can see exactly what he stood up and admitted to in court that he now says he was forced to do and he didn't do it. Then you stood up and lied to everybody in court, right? I don't believe him. Sorry. I'm entitled to my opinion. And until I have such evidence to prove otherwise, yeah, your lawyer thought this was a good idea. Sure. Gladiator pits with lions and bears. Yeah, maybe. Or a lot of people talk about wood chippers, right? Gunner 65 wants the transcripts. Maybe Gunner, you're a great investigator. Maybe you could work on this with me so that we're sure to get it right, because I certainly don't want to get it wrong. We'll get the transcripts, the court documents, the police records, the 911 calls, whatever. We'll get everything on this case, and then we'll all know the truth, right? David Altman is here. It should be noted, Mr. Altman was a one-time involved with UAPx. As he already defended himself, he lost. And by the way, in full transparency, I also invited him to take part in the show. Wasn't able to do it. Busy guy, and I understand that. And by the way, Mr. Altman told me that he is friends with somebody that I have a keen interest in, so I'll be sending you a message about that. Bernard Sauce says, have full mercy on you, Michael, if you were even, say, 25 for just being dumb in life till 25. Yeah, 35 to 15 is a big jump, right? And, you know, with someone who is incapable of consent for some reason other than being less than 17 without the other person's consent, if the lack of consent is not attributable to incapacity to consent. Yeah, and Chet says, we are innocent until proven guilty. Michael acknowledged that he is not innocent. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we're just passing an hour and 45 minutes. If you're just joining us, we're covering the most recent scandal of a child-related offender within the realm of ufology, which seems to be a very common occurrence because, after all, we've got so many of them in UFO land. Which we detailed at the beginning of the show. Should remind everyone that this is a viewer-supported show, a live show, as you can see from tonight, and sometimes we bring you these live shows, warts and all. And tonight was certainly one of those. And I will have to, I don't know, I'm going to have to think about this and decide how to handle. And if I had no idea something like this was going to happen tonight. But like I said, it's a live show. We do the best that we can. You get the show live, warts and all. So we are going to remind you that we're a viewer-supported show and have our wonderful announcer, Mr. Ian, remind you how you could support our show. I'll be right back in just a few minutes and take comments and questions from the live chat. Please put them in all capital letters.
Truthseekers is a viewer-supported show. Wonderful people like you who enjoy this show send pledges in the form of super chats, super stickers, super thanks, PayPal, or Cash App. Instructions for how to help are in the description. You can also join our Patreon, and for as little as $1 a month you can get extra content. Patreon supporters get a backstage pass, early access to all our production videos before they are distributed publicly, Stephen Campion's music, private writings, a monthly show journal, and more. You can also become a YouTube channel member for $5 a month. A YouTube membership includes all of the Patreon benefits, plus a special members badge, priority reply to video comments, and the live chat, plus a monthly members-only video. We thank you all, kind and generous benefactors, for supporting Truth Seekers. Thank you for your generosity and support. Thanks for being here. This is Truth Seekers with your host, Stephen Campion. Please rate, like, and comment on our videos or podcasts. If you are listening to an audio podcast, please rate us 5 stars to help us rise in the search rankings. If you are watching on YouTube, please like, comment and subscribe to our channel. If you're listening to an audio podcast, we love and appreciate you listeners, but you are missing the live tapings. All our shows are recorded live with video feed. We'd love you to come be a part of our live broadcasts and tapings for the podcast. Head on over to YouTube, click the search tool, the little magnifying glass, put Truthseekers, one word in the search bar, and hit enter. You'll see a strange and mysterious guy with sunglasses. That means you found the channel. Go there, smash the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to receive up-to-date info on our YouTube channel. We welcome you to be a part of our live taping and our chat group during the live broadcasts. Seek the truth. Speak the truth. This is Truthseekers. Truthseekers.
Greetings and salutations. So if you're just joining us, you are watching Truthseekers Live, and we're broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Rumble, and Odyssey. And if you could, we are trying very hard to get monetized on Twitch. We're trying to get our numbers up over there of concurrent viewers. That's what we need in order to hit the matrix. Get through the matrix of the hoops you must jump through in order to get monetized on Twitch. And the last one we need is higher concurrent viewers during a live stream. Right now I see we've got 10 people over there now, but the link to be able to go over to the Twitch chat is pinned at the top of the live chat here on YouTube. So if you want to help, it would be very helpful if you went over and spent some time in the Twitch chat. Just click on the link. You can mute it and come back over here, or you can just chat over in the Twitch chat. I still see the chat comments coming from the Twitch chat. It would be very helpful. You can help us to praise the cash. I'm going to blame Spooky for this whole situation. Spooky is now here. That was a first, Spooky. Never had something like this happen during a live broadcast, but this should show you that literally anything can happen during a live broadcast, right? Yes, and Chaos Stonk says, no matter what the actual truth is regarding the case, the fact now remains that Barry is now guilty until proven innocent. Yeah. Great. I'm not sure why, but Gunner65 is upset. He says twisting the law. I don't know what that's about. We'll see if we can find a previous comment. No, not really. Crypto Alchemist, what was I supposed to do? We're talking about him. We're showing the records. He said that he was innocent. Then he came on the show and said he pled guilty. So I stand by my decision to do that. You're free to run your show any way you like. And I noticed you've been very critical of me lately, right? Like I can't do anything really right, apparently. And what I always say is everyone has to make a decision as to which way they will conduct their show, which choices that they will make. I make the best choices that I can at the time. No, I did not book it. This person came into the live chat. See, that's where you gotta have facts in hand before putting mouth in gear. Just so everybody is clear, I did not book the person. I didn't invite them to the show. We were discussing the situation with that person on the show. He came into the live chat and said, oh no, that's not what happened. You should let me tell my story. And we allowed him to come on and tell his story, which only made things worse because after saying, now there's all this confusion now because now apparently this man is on a sexual abuse database, right? for convicted child-related offenders, but he's saying that he has no criminal record. He claimed that he was innocent, didn't do anything wrong, and yet admitted that he pled guilty to the offense of child-related rape and sodomy. So people will be able to make up their own mind. And, you know, I gave you all of the story I could tonight with the limited information that we had. I will promise you that I will look further deep into the records and we'll bring you an update. Silence Next says, I think it was brave of Steve to allow the guy to speak and call BS to his face. Well, mostly what I will say is, may God have mercy on his soul, because I don't. I have no mercy for child-related offenders. I'm sorry. I try to be a forgiving person, but when it comes to that, I just don't forgive. I'm not that. I'll forgive almost anything else. I am aware that some people commit an offense of murder. In fact, I knew someone growing up who, at the age of, I think it was 17 years old, in the heat of passion, caught his significant other in bed with another man and tried to kill both of them, but only managed to kill the woman, the female. And he spent over 20 years in prison. He atoned for his crime, and then he came out and tried to better himself. And, you know, those kind of crimes I can understand, especially in the heat of passion. But child-related offenses, I don't either understand or forgive. You know, I'm human, right? Charles Rowland is here with a kind generous $5 super chat. Says, praise the cash. Going to have to email you about show ideas one day. Still one of the great shows on YouTube. Keep it up. Well, thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. And we will try to lighten things up here and have Trixie available to thank you. Yeah, praise the cash, friends. Praise the cash. So I guess discuss then what is next. Well, next I'm going to have to get these court records. See, this is what I don't like. Now, because of tonight, I have like literally days of work ahead of me to get these court records. And it's like, do I have to? I feel like I do have to. But do I want to? Not really. Quite honestly, it's enough ugliness in my life to be investigating a cold case double homicide. And I'm hearing the pinging of Discord. And I will deal with that later. So what's next is I've got to have to do some digging, get all these records, and we'll bring you an update about it when I'm able to do that. Gabber Beast, I'm a little busy right now. I see your messages in the Discord. By the way, somebody should invite everyone, put a Discord invite link. If you enjoy chatting online with like-minded people, truth seekers like you would enjoy our Discord server, and you are most welcome. You can go into the Discord server and chat 24/7, right? We'll take some comments and questions from the live chat. I see Simon Fly over in the Twitch chat. We'll have to find one of his. Well, we're going to find one of your music videos to play, Simon Fly, and great profile picture. One of my favorites. Jimmy Needs Church. Yeah. Simon says, for the masses. Yes, absolutely. And Brandy Phillips is here sharing the Discord invitation. So join our Discord. And oh, I forgot, we're gonna announce this tonight. And we're on Twitch right now, so it's a good time to announce it. 1 second. Oh, and I want to thank Raised by Giants. If you didn't know, I did a guest appearance on Raised by Giants. I'm going to put that in the live chat on Raised by Giants. If you didn't catch that interview, it was at 7 p.m. Eastern time on the Raised by Giants YouTube channel. I'm putting it in the link. You could go over there. If you didn't get enough of me today, you could go here another couple hours. We were talking about the Corey Good fiasco. Raised by Giants has also been covering this, right? Any hints for your upcoming shows? Well, we'll definitely have an update on the double murder cold case that I have been really digging into and investigating. A lot of twists and turns in that story. We've got some great interviews coming up, but I'm still trying to nail those down. So not much. I can't really give you much of an update. John P. Adventures. Yeah, and by the way, I am fully aware and able to recognize that false arrests and convictions happen every day. But I do truly believe that when you get to some serious child-related offenses, the police are extra careful. I could be wrong, but that's my take on it, right? Brandella522 is here in the Twitch chat and says, please tell me you hit the mark and you can now monetize on Twitch. My $5 is burning a hole in my pocket. Yes. You know what's funny, Brandella? I've had like 20 people message me and say, let me know when you're monetized on Twitch because I have an Amazon Prime account and I can give you that $5 they give us. For those unaware, if you have an Amazon Prime account, they give every Amazon Prime account holder $5 to give to any Twitch streamer that they want every month, and it costs you nothing. It's included. So I think this will be a great way that people can just use their Amazon Prime account to support our show, and it won't even cost them anything. Just a couple clicks, and you support our show to the tune of $5 a month. We are trying very hard to get there, and we are right now this close. I think we're at 2.7 average viewers, and we've got to get to 3. I think by the time they collate tonight's statistics from tonight's Twitch stream, we should hit it. But if not, there is a backup plan, and I'm trying to get to that on my Twitter. And if you haven't already, please do follow me at Stephen Cambion on Twitter. I post all kinds of great content, including our audio podcasts on Twitter. And I want to let you know about tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be a big deal for us. A first for us. I can't say I disagree with you, Ian. All right. So tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be the first time that we have ever done this. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern time, we're doing an exclusive Twitch stream. And it's going to be a little different than the usual show for various reasons. But we're doing a Twitch-only live stream tomorrow night, Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And the link where you can catch that show is pinned at the top of the YouTube live chat right now. It's just simply twitch.tv/TruthSeekerShow. One Truth Seeker, and then the word show, all one word, twitch.tv/TruthSeekerShow. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m., if you hit that link, you will be able to enjoy a Twitch-only live stream with live chat. If you don't have a Twitch account, I encourage you to sign up. It only takes literally 2 minutes. You could have a Twitch account. You can even just link it to your Google account. It takes less time than 2 minutes. And tomorrow night, we'll have open phone lines, an open panel, and you too can join the show. And we're going to be doing a different show format, a little more like you were used to in the beginning of Truth Seekers. Yes, we'll have dancing girls, and yes, we'll have probably copious amounts of cursing and yelling and arguments and whatever. It's Truth Seekers Uncensored. We don't have to worry about the YouTube rules and regulations and censorship and try not to curse. I don't care. Tomorrow night, you can come on and curse like a sailor. You can say anything you want. You can talk about any subject you want. All you people who want to talk about that health thing that happened, and I always say, no, we don't talk about that on the show. YouTube doesn't like it. You can talk about it all you want. If you want to come and talk about the 17th letter of the alphabet, you can talk about it all you want. If you want to talk about censorship on various social media platforms or the Twitter files, anything you want, open phone lines, open topics, open panel. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. exclusively on Twitch, one of our distribution partners. We're going to be doing that in an effort to finally hit those numbers. And I'm sure if 50 or 100 of you come to this show tomorrow night, we're going to hit it. Absolutely, positively. We're going to finally hit the metrics on Twitch and be monetized. And we'll be able to praise the cash on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. This is going to be big for us. And I would appreciate your attendance and your help. And the way you can help is just come to the show. It's very simple. Just come to the show and be in the live chat, and that will help our numbers. If we don't hit those numbers tonight, we will for sure hit them with a Twitch-only stream tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, if we do hit the metrics, then tomorrow night on Twitch will be our first Twitch-only stream to celebrate being monetized on Twitch. And yeah, so I want to thank all of you who have been jumping over into the Twitch chat. Right now, we've got 14 people over in the Twitch chat, and you too can help by just clicking on the link at the top of the YouTube live chat. Go over there. If you don't have a Twitch account, just make one real quick. You're going to need one for tomorrow night anyway to take part. And I've got some special surprises for this Twitch-only live stream. Some very special surprises in store tomorrow night. Things you probably wouldn't usually expect from us, but since it's uncensored, we're going to really let it all hang out tomorrow. What happens on a Truthseekers uncensored stream? Well, everything but nudity, apparently. We can't have full-on nudity, but everything else is perfectly okay. So, and we need panel members. So if you want to come on, fall over drunk, that'd be good for ratings. If you want to come on and argue with people, that's good for ratings. People like conflict. But no, you are all welcome. All of you are welcome. Anybody can come and be a part of the show. I always say this, everybody's welcome. Just try to be respectful of each other. So, you know, ordinarily, for most shows, you listen to the show or you watch the show and listen. But for this show tomorrow, you don't have to just listen. You don't have to just watch. You could be a part of the show. And if you've got some interesting stories to share, especially anything paranormal or strange, you got a strange story to share, come to the show. We're going to have open lines. You can call into the show. We'll have the phone open. We haven't done that in a long time. Mr. Ian, yes, I will send you an invitation. And here's what I'm going to do as well. Just so everybody knows about this Twitch-only stream tomorrow, and just so everybody has the link to join the show, I'm going to do a live stream late tonight or early tomorrow, early in the day tomorrow, probably late tonight, like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to do a quick stream tonight at 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that, and talk about and direct people to the Twitch channel so that they can know about and be at this Twitch-only special celebration show tomorrow night at 9 p.m. But then I'm going to put the invitation to join the stream that will be the Twitch-only stream, to join the show in the live chat of the announcement video, which will be on YouTube. Does that make sense? So I'm going to make a YouTube quick video. I'll do it live later tonight. I'll put the Twitch link to go see the show tomorrow night at 9 p.m. in the live chat, and I'll put the invitation to join the show in the live chat. So anybody, after this is done, between 3 o'clock in the morning and I suppose between 3 a.m. and whenever we post it, everybody will be able to go over to Twitch and wait for the stream or get the links for the stream or know about the stream, right? Yeah. Oh, and here we go. We have Abide Menno says, followed you on Twitch. Great, thank you. We appreciate the follows as well. If you're over there and you haven't followed us yet, it really does help. Follow us. We're up to I think we're up to 100 something, 150 followers maybe on Twitch. So we really, and yeah, I can show, let me see if we get over to the, I'll get over to the Discord. And I want to thank about 10 of you who sent me this Michael Berry's sex offender registry, but I can't share it because it has its address on there. So, yeah, Brandy, I agree with you and what you said in the Discord. Let me see here. I'm trying to find the statistics. I can show you just how close we are. We're trying to become an affiliate on Twitch, and we're just about there. Here we go. So we have to reach 50 followers. We're already well beyond that. And by the way, this was this morning. I think we're way past 130 or 135 already as far as followers go. And we have to stream for 8 hours. We're up to 80. Stream in 7 different days. We're up to 21. But here's the problem. We have to have an average of 3 viewers, and we haven't had that for most of the time. We had 1 viewer, 2 viewers for a long time. And remember, this is our second attempt at Twitch. The first time we failed miserably. We couldn't get past 2 live viewers. So we're at 2.5 live viewers, but in the last several nights, we've had 9, 10, 12 people in the live chat. It's this close. Maybe when they get done the statistics for tonight's stream, we will hit it. If not, we will certainly hit it tomorrow night because we're doing a stream where we won't be streaming at all these different locations. We're not going to be on YouTube. We're not going to be on Twitch, or excuse me. We're going to be on Twitch, but we're not going to be on Facebook. We're not going to be on Twitter. We're not going to be on Rumble. We're not going to be on Odyssey. The only place that you could see tomorrow night's show is going to be on Twitch. So that'll sort of hopefully force all of you to go to the Twitch, and we'll have 50 or 100 live viewers for tomorrow night's show. Looking very, very forward to it. And thanks to all of you who are jumping over there. The link to the Twitch live chat, or the link to the Twitch stream, is pinned at the top of the YouTube chat. So if you're on a desktop or tablet or phone even, you can click on that link and go over there. Say hello in the live chat. It really will help us to hit those statistics, right? Pinzer Flactum is here. I love that profile picture too. Says, I did too. You're only the 3rd person I follow on Twitch. I think I've followed nobody on Twitch, so I'll have to do that, right? Well, I've never heard that. But I can look into it, Crypto Alchemist, right? And here we have Teletron 31 is over there saying, "What's up, brother? Thank you for going over there. Thank all of you for being over there." Bradella 522, make sure you say something in the chat. It helps the show. Yeah, and I will just go over there and say, thank all of you in the Twitch stream. And I really do appreciate it. We're trying to get first time chat in the live chat. Abide me now. And first time chatter in the Twitch chat. Teletron 31. We've got Alga Ray over there. We've got Lord Ludicrous Plaid over there. Simon Fly, drum and bass, is over there. Brandella 522. Mike Berry is. We've got the child molester in the chat at Twitch. Great. And we have Venom Streak is there in the live chat as well. First time chatter, Lindsay Pinzer. We've got John Anomalous over there in the live chat. Elsie Dutton is over there in the Twitch live chat as well. John Anomalous, Voice in My Head 100. And I think my friend Matt from the cabin is in there somewhere. If you're watching, buddy, I miss you. And I'm not going to make it this weekend because it's going to be too cold and various other reasons, but I will definitely be there next weekend, hell or high water. I don't care if I have to walk to the cabin. I'm going to make it there next weekend. It looks like the weather is going to be a little better. Ashburn is there. MyFlock69 is over there. Kimchi Love is over there. Thanks to all of you. It really does help to keep those, to get those statistics up. We're going to hit it. I feel it. I'm feeling good. And the Burns Eye is over there. Crypto Alchemist is over there. Praise the cash, even on Twitch, says abide me now. Yes. Praise the cash, right? Yeah, and Charles Rowland says he jumped to Twitch. Yeah. And thank you all of you for being in the Twitch stream. It really does help. It's tough being an independent content producer, and if we could open up a new revenue stream, that would be a great thing for the show. It'll really, really help. And thanks to all of you. I really do appreciate you. And Charles Rowland says, I added you on Twitch to help. Dirty Mike is here. Welcome, Dirty Mike. Burnseye says, helping you get your numbers out. I respect the hustle. Yeah, thank you. And How I Win the Lottery just followed us on Twitch. Boy, we're getting a lot of Twitch love tonight. Thanks to all of you guys. I really do appreciate it. Johnny T369 is here and says, is Ismail the new James Casbolt? No, I think he's more like the new Corey Good, personally. But I think, and Jeremy Kenyon Locker Corbell says, I have both open. And yeah, that's an option. Just mute one of them, sit in both of them. That really does help, right? Yeah, well, boy, I'm just all thanks. Another D-bag. Yeah. Truthseekers, 100% you should market wraparound sunglasses with Truthseekers written down the arm, like in They Live. Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, actually, not these, but the ones I usually wear, which just I didn't know where they were, so I just grabbed these today. But the amber vision glasses is what I usually wear. These are a little dark, you know. Put on the damn glasses. Yeah, we should have some They Live glasses, right? That's what I want, right? Yeah, and great to see. Now we've got 21 people. That is a record for us. We've never had 21 people in the Twitch live chat. I really, really, truly appreciate it. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to celebrate that with some fun videos. Let's see. I've got, yeah, I know what we'll play. I wanted to let you know that Third Phase of Moon has a new video of a real alien that they sent me. They said it's a real alien, and it's definitely not a hoax. And also, I wanted to thank her. I saw that Sheila Aliens is in the live chat, and let her know Sheila Aliens worked on a music video for me for one of my songs. I've got a little bit of work to do with it, but it's an incredible AI art sort of music video. And I don't have that one done for you, but I do have one. Sometimes we have a musical guest. We don't have a musical guest tonight, but we do have an AI guest tonight, which is strange. Sheila Aliens is incredible. And on the forefront of this new technology, these AI image generators, these AI chatbots, story generators, and of course, AI music videos of all things. So thanks to Sheila Aliens, I will soon have a new music video for one of my songs. It's called Demons. But in the meantime, until I get that finished, let's enjoy this artwork. AI, both the animation and the music in this video that I'm going to share with you came from AI. And listen, these tools are only as good as the operator of those tools. In this case, it's Sheila Alien. She's amazing at this stuff. Let's take a look, friends. And everything that you have just seen is AI generated, both the music and the video. And I think that's amazing. I am trying desperately to learn these tools, but I'm having a real tough time. It takes a certain knack. It really requires, I hear some of my artist and musician friends so worried about AI. It's like they took all the manufacturing jobs away. Now they're going to take all the artistic jobs away. But I think it's going to require talented operators. I really think it's going to take talented operators to work these AI systems in order to really get good results. And Sheila Alien's amazing. Amazing. And I saw Simon Fly is here, and well, here's something.
Humans, we don't all have the same strengths. We don't all have the same strengths. Humans, yes. We don't all have the same strengths. We don't all have the same strengths. Humans, yes. So someone who does something often enough, here's the tricky part. Here's the tricky part. So someone who does something often enough, here's the tricky part. 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 Alien, 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 alien. Humans, yeah, humans, yeah, humans, yeah, humans, yeah. Alien, 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 alien. Humans, yeah, humans, yeah, humans, yeah, humans, yeah. Alien, 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 alien. Humans, yeah, humans, yeah, humans, yeah, humans, yeah. Alien, 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 alien. Humans, yeah, humans, yeah, humans, yeah, humans.
I'm going to have to start paying Simon Fly royalties, right? Or we're going to put him in the credits. Music videos by Simon Fly. He has the best music videos of UFO land have certainly come from him. And Banana is here. Good to see you again. For all your hard work, thank you, sir. Well, thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. We truly, truly appreciate it. I am going to find Trixie. She's in the back room right now. She's in the Trixie is in the pleasure room. That's where Trixie is. But we'll have Trixie. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show.
This is Trixie from Truthseekers. Thank you for your generosity. I'm gonna praise the cash so hard. You're gonna need to grab your Buck Rogers style comic book and fan yourself down.
That's right. Thank you very much. Praise the cash, Banana. Yes, keeping unemployed strippers working here at Truthseekers. Absolutely. Right? How I Won the Lottery says it was groovy. Yes, I believe so. Patty says, when does free speech become a crime? Well, that's an interesting question, a philosophical one, right? Al Garay, longtime Twitch user. Before we started begging people to go there, Al Garay just found us somehow and has been in the Twitch chat since we started streaming on Twitch again recently. And thank you, Al Garay, for that. I will be on Twitch tomorrow night unless Ismael Perez and Mr. T do that disclosure live stream from the White House. Funny you should mention that, Al Garay, because I don't know if you know, but I do masks and characters. We're gonna make that happen. We're gonna have a video here of Ismael Perez and Mr. T doing the disclosure live stream from the White House. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna make it happen. And I know it's crazy, but I liked Mr. T growing up. So why wouldn't I want a Mr. T costume and mask and everything where I could be Mr. T and play Mr. T, bringing us alien disclosure? Nothing would make me happier, Al Garay. And thank you for being in the live chat. It really does help. Jason with a kind and generous $1.99 super chat, super sticker, and also Well, thank you, Trixie, and thank you, Jason, both for being a member and your kind and generous $1.99 super sticker. And Mr. Ian is saying, and the cash was praised. Please turn to page 3 in the service handbook. Today's sermon led by the Reverend Stephen Cambion. Storm of Crows is over there on Twitch. Yeah. Hey, get a head start, friends. If you've never been on Twitch or you don't have a Twitch account, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be doing a Twitch-only live stream, the first one we've ever done. And if you don't have a Twitch account, maybe you should click on the Twitch live stream. It's pinned at the top of the YouTube live chat. Go over there, take a minute, and get a Twitch account if you don't already have one, and then you'll be all set, because tomorrow night we're doing a Twitch-only live stream. And that will be tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Twitch link is pinned in the live chat in YouTube right now. And tomorrow night, we're going to have an open panel discussion. You can join the show, open topics, open phone lines. And we encourage all of you to be a part of the show tomorrow night. Don't just watch, don't just listen. You can be a part of the show. And thank you, Storm of Crows, longtime show supporter, for doing that. You're signed up. You're ready to go. You're ahead of the game. Storm of Crows. Jeremy Corbell says the Greer mask was my favorite. I think my favorite is the Jimmy Needs Church, because I think that looks so much like him, all greasy and gross, right? Oh, and there we go. 575 girl signed up and following. Thank you for doing that. You're ahead of the curve. All of you people, if you're going to come tomorrow, you don't want to miss parts of the show because you're busy trying to get a Twitch account going while the show's going. So hit that link, go over to Twitch, sign up for a Twitch account, and you'll be all set for tomorrow night. And we'll have open topics. Jello Putin says, pity the fool. There'll be a lot of me saying, pity the fool. I pity the fool that doesn't believe in alien disclosure. Jello Putin. We're going to do it. I got to get that. I got to watch some episodes of A-Team and get my Mr. T voice ready, right? This is Sweet Cheeks is over there. I think that's Sweet Cheeks from our live chat says, I can't wait till tomorrow night. Check it out. All you people, I love all of you running over there, signing up. Sweet Cheeks says, signed up. I can't wait. And thank you for being a member as well. Thank all of you, kind and generous members and Patreon supporters. We truly appreciate it. David Bucky likes the reptilian masks. Well, you might see some of these characters tomorrow night. If you like the characters, come to the Twitch live stream tomorrow night. We're going to be doing a bunch of them. I'm going to do something different tomorrow, and that is I'm not going to be one guest host. I'm going to be a bunch of them. So let me know your favorites. Somebody said they like Dr. Stephen Greed. I like Jimmy Needs Church. David Bucky likes the reptilian mask. I haven't seen that in a while. I'm going to have to dig it out. Just for you, David Bucky, I'm going to dig it out. That's Drax, the reptilian alien overlord, right? Yeah, everybody liked Dr. Stephen Greed, so maybe Dr. Stephen Greed will be making an appearance tomorrow night. Charles Rowland from YouTube is here and says, okay, fixed my name. Good for you. And we have Banana Blaine is here and says, Banana here, love the Jimmy Church mask. Laugh out loud. Yes, and Patty Wilhelm, love the A-Team. You know, growing up, Patty, me and my father didn't agree on very much, but one of the things that we both liked was A-Team. And every time A-Team was on, my dad would, we'd have some popcorn and snacks and stuff, and we'd watch A-Team. And A-Team was a good family show because, you ever notice nobody ever died on A-Team? People were shooting machine guns constantly, but nobody ever died, but it was a fun show. It was a fun show. Well, growing up, I like that, and I like some other stuff like, Knight Rider. My dad liked, cars and vehicles and stuff, so we liked Knight Rider. We liked A-Team, and I remember V too, around the same time frame, right? And How I Win the Lottery is over there as well. Good to hear. Yeah, Lord Ludicrous is here, and Strange Recon is here, but I'm pissed off at him because I've been trying to get an interview with this Jim Goodall for like 2 years. I asked him once a long time ago, and he said yes, and then I don't know what happened, but he got busy or something, and then he couldn't do it. And then these clowns, Ron, Ron from Cosmic Neighbors somehow gets Jim Goodall on his show every week. Every week, Jim Goodall is on Ron from Cosmic Neighbors show. Still hasn't given me an interview. And now I hear he was over at Strange Recon today. So apparently Jim Goodall has given everybody in podcast land multiple, guest appearances and interviews. And meanwhile, I'm the dummy that bought all of his $89 books, but I can't get an interview somehow. This just does not seem fair. Sweet Cheeks with a kind and generous $5 super chat says, I think Mr. T they are referring to as the former president. So do I. But it's much more funny if it's Mr. T from the 80s. Don't you think so? I pity the fool that don't believe in alien disclosure. We're here at the White House. I'm doing it that way. But you gave me a good idea. Maybe just to cover my bases, I'll also do a Donald Trump mask, and then I'll be both. I'll be Mr. T and Mr. T. The two Mr. T's. That's it, Sweet Cheeks. We're doing it. We're going to have both, right? Aaron Flores wants a Sarah Adams mask. Yeah, a couple of people said that, but honestly, I don't like punching down too much, and I don't think she's big enough for me to waste time doing a character for her. But then again, I did make a Grift On one, so you guys might see Grift On tomorrow night. That'll be fun. Yeah, and the greatest American hero. That was great. That dude never figured out how to fly right? I hear they're going to be doing a movie of that. Knight Rider had such a cool theme song. Best television theme song ever. Remember that? The scanner? The Larson scanner seen on Kit and the Cylon's eyes. And Mr. Ian, did you ever build one? Because I did. I built one of those once out of LEDs and 555 timers to get it to go back and forth. And then I had a potentiometer, a knob you could turn to make it go faster or slower. I think I burnt like my fingers like 17 times soldering that thing together, Mr. Ian. Yeah, the Dukes of Hazzard. I didn't like that too much growing up. My brother did. He loved the Dukes of Hazzard. And in fact, my nephew went to the prom in a General Lee. And then, of course, there was controversy about the General Lee. Somehow the General Lee was racist all of a sudden. But my nephew went to his prom, his senior prom, somehow rented a General Lee. Very, very interesting. And Mr. Ian has a Knight Rider scanner in his car. How I win the lottery, says Ron sent me. Well, Ron wanted you to see a good show. That's what it was. Ron has a really bad, crappy show. And sometimes he wants to see people do a good show. Yeah. Grift On mask incoming. Yeah, I got that one's ready to go. And maybe we'll see one of the Cousins brothers tomorrow, right? Just a good old boy never doing any harm. Yes, that is that is definitely it. That is definitely it. Cool car of the new show. Never really liked. Yeah, that's a cool car, but the show I never really liked. Yeah, I feel the same way. I never liked it. Benetta Blaine is over there in the Twitch live chat. And by the way, we've got 20 people in the Twitch live chat. That is an all-time high for us. So thank all you people running over there to the Twitch chat. It really, really does help. It does help. It keeps those. We're trying to get those statistics. What was the show with the cursor? Nah, I don't remember. I don't know which one you're talking about. Yeah. And I forgot there was something else I wanted to play here. I have something here. Oh yeah. I'm sorry, friends. I have so many bumpers and things now that it's hard to keep track of all this stuff. And then I have one mislabeled, right? Yeah, I definitely had one mislabeled. So, well, yeah, we'll just take comments and questions from the live chat. Then, salty whale roller. What a user ID is over there in the live chat, right? Charles Roland from YouTube. I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore. Right? Yes, I appreciate that. Nutellitron 31, right? Says, I'll tell my Twitch streamers friends to spread the truth. Well, to be very honest, it's a miracle getting us monetized on Twitch. I don't know any other show like ours that has gotten monetized on Twitch, because nobody really goes to Twitch looking for talk shows, podcasts, or UFO shows or paranormal shows. They go there to watch people play video games. So if you're not doing video games there, you don't do very well. But I'm here to tell you that could be changing, and we could be one of the agents of change there. So I'm proud of that. I'll be very proud to get monetized. Johnny T369 says, in Jelly Mask, then you can get effed up and make up UFO stories, then years later bring it up and try to grift off of it. Oh, that could work. I've seen stranger things happen. And Kepsa is here and says, the other day Goofon attacked you because his numbers were way down and you gave him attention he was craving for. I don't know. Send me the link. I don't really, you know what? No, don't. I don't care what he said. He's a loser, right? He's a loser and a crybaby. And what he doesn't understand is, Kepsa, even if he beats my numbers by twofold, it doesn't matter, because he got there cheating and lying to people, right? So I don't really care if I beat his numbers, and I certainly don't care if he beats mine, because I don't have a scammer channel with 800,000 subscribers shoveling new subscribers to me every month, and he does. He should be killing us in numbers, and the fact that he's not probably drives him crazy, because he knows he's lied, cheat, steal, do whatever you got to do to get those numbers, and he's still not beating our numbers. Not that I really check, but I've been told. I don't really care to check in with his numbers, but Brandy Phillips says he doesn't beat your numbers. That's the best part. Yes, because he has lied to his audience this entire time so that he could keep that association with Third Phase, so that they keep shoveling subscribers at him every month, and he still has trouble beating our numbers, right? And we haven't sold out. We haven't lied to our audience. We haven't done the slimy things he's done to try to get ahead. Praising the cash on multiple platforms. Trademark on the trademark. Absolutely, right? Undergirl Sands, Underfell Girl Sands says, I got to say, Steve, you're fun to listen to. Well, I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you found us. And I'm thankful that you enjoy what we do here. And please copy our channel link address and send it to some friends. Help us grow, right? Twitch gang, let's go. And Charles from YouTube says, I'm in several places at the same time. Yeah. Twitch, yes, we need a lot less hot tub exposure and more Cambion exposure, right? And Archaic Revival says, this isn't a video game. Yeah, it's whatever you want. Yeah, this is the Truthseekers video game, where every night I walk a tightrope. Like, boy, I'm still just, my brain is a little bit frazzled from what happened on the show tonight. That is crazy, right? And then, it's great. This will get like 1,500 views, right? Nobody will care. But when have you seen that happen on a live show? Never. And I was a bit taken aback, not quite sure what to do. Over 300 General Lees made. Yeah, and unfortunately, Wally's World, my brother's an expert on that. Like, he can tell you how many they destroyed doing those jumps, right? And my brother knows all about it. Like, they used to destroy the whole frame of a car doing those big jumps, and then they would take the body off the car and rebuild the whole custom frame, and then put the body back on the car, and then engine it, and then, and towards the end of the run of that show, they were running out of cars because they had blown up so many of them, which is a shame, because that's a cool car. Shouldn't be blowing up that many shows, right? Yeah, Aaron Flores says, this is one of the most memorable shows. I'm always going to remember this one. That's not every day this kind of happens, right? Goofon is the type to pay for views. Well, I don't know about that, but he certainly paid for some subscribers. I think he got butthurt because he saw us jumping in subscribers, so he had to buy subscribers so he could stay ahead, right? But his views didn't change. If you go up by 1,000 subscribers and your views don't change, that's because you bought subscribers, right? And then if you look on Social Blade, some of them YouTube took back. That's another key indicator that you bought subscribers and YouTube caught it and is deducting. You don't see minus 100 subscribers on Social Blade unless somebody got caught by YouTube buying subscribers. And what an ego. You got to buy subscribers to get ahead of the competition. Jesus. Yeah, Loserville. Richard Doty debate could be interesting if he'd be brave enough to do it, which he wouldn't. Well, yeah, he probably would. I did an interview with him once, and then he popped on very quickly for 10 minutes another time. And despite what I think about Mr. Doty, I'm on friendly terms with him. I think if I asked him for another interview, he might be willing to do that. But I hear he's charging for interviews now, so we don't pay for interviews, so maybe not. Yeah. Brandy Phillips, that's not all he has to pay for. Oh, no. Oh, that's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Wally's World. Yeah, and I saw, didn't you? I apologize. I think you sent me a message like asking me for advice, and I don't know what to tell you. I can talk to you about what worked for me, and I can talk to you about what didn't work for me, and things I wasted time on that I thought would help grow my show but didn't. And I can, when I get a chance, Wally's World 420, actually, I'm going to do that right now. Let me see. I'm going to go to your channel and bookmark it. And if you like, I'll take a look at your channel, and I'll tell you what I think would help. But here, I'll tell you right now, actually. Why don't we do this right now? So see, this is me giving back. Some people were nice enough. Here's your first problem. Your live shows are not doing well because they're not on your main page. You have shorts on your main page and videos on your main page, but you don't have the live shows on your main page. So you can go to YouTube Studio and customization, and then you could put the live shows right on the main page. You've got to do that. So you see your views aren't doing real well. That's because when people go to your channel, they don't see the live shows at all. They have to specifically go to the live tab. And by the way, I had that problem on my channel for a while, but it's easy to fix. I could walk you through how to fix it. First and foremost, go and put the live shows in the main channel. That's your first problem. Move the shorts down, put the live shows first. And yeah. And I see you have 149 subscribers. Oh, geez. I remember the grind, Wally World's 420. It's rough. And well, here's what we could do for you, Wally's World. I'm gonna go sub to Wally's World. Wally's World has been here, member of the live chat. He's a big supporter of my show. So let me do this to be a supporter of his show. He's only got 149 subscribers. He says he gets 1 or 2 subscribers a month. That's terrible, friends. It's going to take him 85 years to get monetized. So I've put his channel right in the live chat. If you go over there, just give him a try. You don't have to stay subscribed, but I'll ask you to go over there, subscribe to his channel, and, check out some of what he's offering over there. If you really don't like it, give it a month and then unsubscribe, but give him a chance. Go over there and go and subscribe. Give him a chance. Check him out. It's really tough trying to get to that 1,000 subscribers. It is awful. It is absolutely awful. It is so slow. And look at that. You already got 2 subscribers, right? And I'm going to subscribe. How about that? I'll subscribe. So you got 3 subscribers already. That's a month's worth of your usual subscribers. Oh, 4 subscribers so far. So there you go. That's my paying it forward for today. And yes, you are most welcome, friend. I wish somebody had given me a little bump or help. Not many were there to help me, right? I put the channel there here. I'll put it again. I'll put it one more time into the live chat. People can go over there, give you a subscribe and check you out and give you a chance. And you can always dump them if his show's terrible. Oh, I did look at it. I can tell you a few other things. Here, I'll show you. Time for me to fly. Wacky Wednesday. Yeah. And I don't know that you don't have copyrighted music or whatever. So I'm going to mute this as I share it. But one thing I saw is that you're not streaming video. As a show host, you're not streaming video. People don't like that. So get a webcam or do whatever you got to do. Stream with video. This people do not like, because why are they even watching Wally's World? They could be listening, which I guess is okay. People want you to stream with video. Trust me. I tried to get away with just an avatar. People didn't like it. Don't do that. Get a webcam and make a little set somewhere in your house where you do it. Stream with video. So that, plus you got to fix your main channel. Fix your main channel so that your live shows are right at the top on the front of the page before everything else. Should be latest live streams. And your views will jump up by 20% at least, just doing that one little change. Yeah. And I hope that helps. I'm certain if I really took a look, when I have more time, I'll take a look and give you more pointers. But I'm no expert, right? And tomorrow night, you can cuss all you want. Tomorrow night, you can come all you want. Cosmic Neighbors, and use thumbnails. Yeah. Use thumbnails. I don't see his thumbnails. Where's his thumbnails? Yeah, your thumbnails are a little... Your thumbnails are a little bit generic, maybe, right? He is using thumbnails, but they're a little generic. And hi, Ron. Hey, tonight we had a convicted child rapist and sodomist on the show. How did your show go tonight? Jesus Christ. Right? Yeah. Yeah, happy to help. I saw that. You got this incredible, like, gaming PC streaming rig, but you're broadcasting with no video? Come on, man. You got bad priorities. Nice rigs. They're perfectly capable of streaming video. Stream the video. Just learned how to make thumbs. Yeah. Okay. Cosmic Neighbors was watching. Yes. And thank you for sending me what you sent me. But unfortunately, his address was on there. So I didn't want to check it out. Right. Giving you a free game. Pay attention. Yeah. Listen, it's tough. And by the way, I'm thinking about doing, since other areas of my business are not doing great, and I've been thinking about offering some things like consulting for podcasters, streamers, whatever. I'm no expert, but especially for you people that are just starting and you're having trouble hitting the 1,000 to get monetized, I could certainly help, especially beginners. And we're probably soon going to be offering, I have to talk to Spooky about this because Spooky's going to do some of this with me if Spooky agrees to it and wants to, but we're going to be offering graphics, video, and audio editing and music for content creators. All of it royalty free. You can use it all you want. And that, again, is an effort to generate revenue for the new studio. So if you're interested in something like that, you can email me at truthseekershow@gmail.com. And I want to remind everybody that tomorrow night we're having a Twitch-only live stream at 9 p.m. Eastern. And the Twitch link is pinned in the live chat over here on the YouTube live chat. Tomorrow night we're going to have an open panel. You can join the show. We'll have open topics and open phone lines. You can call in, or you can you can stream in and be a part of the show with video and audio and all of that. Don't just watch the show tomorrow night. Don't just listen to the show tomorrow night. Come and be a part of it. Everybody's welcome. And since it's Truth Seekers Uncensored, you will be able to curse all you want, apparently. So I don't have to worry about all you trash mouth, potty mouth people screwing me out of my 27 cents. My flock is everywhere with the kind and generous $2, says Walt and GG. Love you both. Thank you, Stephen, for helping. Walt, if you email me, or I think you did email me, and I felt guilty because I didn't reply. I did read your email. I just hadn't had time, but I saw you there in the live chat. And knowing how busy I am, I just did it right here. And those are just to start off. If you go and do those things, and then I'll help you with some more pointers and tips. But those would be the first couple of things that I would suggest that will really help you get a lot more views and a lot more attention too. And I could talk to you off air about more. Yeah. And so where is my Twitter? We'll share this one more time. Here we are. There we go. Twitch only live stream this Saturday night, and maybe every Saturday night. We'll have open phone lines, open panel. You too can join the show. It'll be exclusively on Twitch tomorrow night at 9 p.m. There's the link right there. It's twitch.tv/TruthSeekersShow, and it will be uncensored. So you can join the show tomorrow, and you are most welcome, friends. Everybody's welcome. You can call in or you can join the show. Oh, great. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. And somebody sent me a message about tonight's show and says, that was gnarly. Yeah, I tend to agree. Yeah. And Gorilla Gamer's going to be there. Why don't you join the show and we'll do a Florida Man segment, right? Bring us the funniest stuff you got. The funniest stuff we got. We're trying to do a funny, just fun, lighthearted show tomorrow, especially after today. Geez, talk about heavy, right? Strange Recon Radio says, I am interested. I don't know that I can help you. You mean in the consulting stuff? I think you're doing fine on your own. Just you got to keep doing the grind, poor Strange Recon Radio. You're going to have another year and a half or 2 years of grind ahead of you. That's what you're going to have, right? Yeah. Gorilla Gamer says bringing it. Absolutely. Then tomorrow night on our Twitch only stream, we're going to have a Florida Man update, right? Steve Nicholson, that's what I just emailed you about today. Did you? 1 second. Let me take a look here. We'll check in with the email. Oh, I got to check in with the if you're speak only the truth, no, wait. 123 custom print. Maybe not. Okay. Well, we'll deal with that off air then. Steve. Strange Recon is just moldy. Yeah. Well, listen, and there's another thing too that people should be aware of. You're going to have peaks and valleys. Everybody gets, thinks you're just going to have this meteoric rise doing this. And I have had ups and downs, These last couple of weeks, our views jumped up incredibly, and now they've seemed to be cratering. Not cratering, but they're just not doing, we're not doing the 2,500 or 3,000 views of video now all of a sudden. And that's probably because I don't want to keep talking about that situation, the Corey Good and Secret Space, all that stuff. I don't want to keep, I like to talk about a story or a subject, Strange Recon, and then move to another one, and then move to another one. Do you know that there are clowns that have done 3 shows on the UAP report so far? It's what is it, 12 pages? You've done 3 shows on a 12-page report, and the first page is just the cover page, so it's really only, you know what I mean? You got to know when to jump off a story. I'm not going to milk that cow till it dies, but we will have an update on Corey Good, by the way. We'll get right back up to those big numbers, right? Apparently people want to hear about that clown, and people enjoy people talking about how ridiculous the Secret Space hero is, right? Yes, and again, you can go over to Raised by Giants and see the interview that he did with me, which debuted earlier tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you didn't get enough Corey Good, there's a whole nother show over there about Corey Good, but he's been covering Corey Good, and he wanted to talk to me because we were the people who released the depositions and all that stuff, right? Strange Recon has mold. Yeah. Cosmic Neighbors, I talk about it tonight. That report is a joke. They repeat it, shouting each three-letter agency out over and over. They reported nothing in that report. Yeah. So why are people milking it for show after show after show? Like, and then, by the way, I heard one clown who went and jumped on a live stream to do a show about it and said, "Oh, I haven't read it yet." Then what are you doing? Why are you doing a show on a report you haven't even read yet? That'll tell you that person's a grifter, right? Yeah. And by the way, I wasn't watching that show. Somebody sent me a clip of them saying that. And they asked me, how is he doing a show on the report when he hasn't read it yet? But that's how some people are. They're that lazy, right? I'll just read it on the show, right? We'll talk about it. I'll get some views. People are talking about this. Yes, Brandy Phillips, because they have no content. Yeah. By the way, same guy milked it for two shows, and I'm aware of somebody else that milked it for 3 shows. 3 shows on an 11-page document from the government that says nothing. Awesome. Great. Well, friends, we're bouncing out of here. We have done our due diligence. This has been one hell of a strange show. I'm going to remember this one. I remind you that the Twitch only live stream is tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to have characters. We're going to have Gorilla Gamer giving us a Florida Man update. I'm going to try to get Jeff from Strange Recon to come, right, and be a panel member. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe Spooky will make an appearance, and everybody else is welcome. Anybody can join the show. We can only have 10 at a time, though. So if we're really, really jammed up, I'm going to ask people to leave after they've been on the show for a while to allow them the most number of people to cycle in and out of the show. So, in other words, if we're only allowed to have 10 people and we're all filled with 10 and you've been on the show for an hour, I might say, hey, thanks for being here. Can you pop off so we get a spot for somebody, that's waiting? Because there will be people waiting or might be people waiting. Who knows? We might have, I always love, everybody says, do a panel show, Stephen. Those panel shows are fun. Do a panel show. And then I do a panel show and I wait and I'm talking by myself for 45 minutes with nothing prepared, waiting for people to come and be in the panel. So don't do that. If you want to be on the panel, you better be there at 9 o'clock so I don't have to fill time waiting for you slobs, right? Show up. I'm not buying watches for all you clowns, right? All right, so tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have plugged this thing to death, but we really are trying to get those Twitch numbers up. And I want to thank each and every one of you for joining the Twitch live stream tonight so that we could praise the cash. We're going to get monetized. I feel it. It's coming. And that's another advice that I would give podcasters. Make sure that even if it's only a little bit of money, you're not leaving anything on the table. Get those dollars everywhere you can. Get on Spreaker and get that $6 a day or whatever you can get out of them. Get monetized on YouTube. Get monetized on Twitch. Hey, we're monetized on Rumble. But let me give you some disappointing news about Rumble. Rumble is terrible with money. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, talk about the cold, hard truth. Here we go. I have made 11 cents on Rumble, and we've been on there for a long time. And so far, we've made 11 cents. I'm not kidding. Here it is. 11 cents estimated earnings. 11 cents. I have made 11 cents. But here's the thing. They must have a really different pay scale than YouTube because I get it. I'm not getting thousands of views here, but 219 views, 174 views, 178, 173, 163. You don't make anything? Pardon me, friends. Total fill rate. Like, I don't understand how it works, but our earnings are 1 cent, 1 cent, 1 cent, 3 cent. We haven't made $1 on Rumble yet. So I don't think Rumble is a very good option if you're looking to make money. It's a good option if you're looking to avoid censorship, if you're looking to have a backup of your YouTube channel in case YouTube just deletes your channel for whatever sin you might have committed. But as far as making money, I mean, I don't understand how it's that low, because we're getting a few hundred views a video, and we've got now, I don't know how many, we got a few hundred videos on there now, because we did the YouTube import thing. And by the way, those who have asked me, the Rumble channel is now backed up all of the Truth Seekers shows back to April of 2022. But it's got to keep going. It's going to take another year at the rate it's going, because it's only back to April of 2022, and it's got to go to June of 2020. So that's, I don't know, 700 more shows it's got to import. But the disappointing part is I've only made 11 cents. 11 cents. No Bull Truth says they call it Rumble because you shake the screen in anger at your earnings. Yeah. Once a month I can buy beans. Not with 11 cents I can't, right? Strange Recon should have a Rumble. Yeah. Come on, Jeff. Don't you want the 11 cents? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to donate all of my Rumble earnings to charity. And I'm going to make a big deal about that, Lord Ludacris. Like, listen, we really want to help this homeless shelter, so we're going to donate every penny of our Rumble earnings to this homeless shelter for the next year. I'm just going to forget to tell people that in this whole past year, my earnings have been 11 cents. Hey, the glamorous world of being a content creator, you know, people, some of my friends and family think I'm making like tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. I have to save that Rumble printout just to show them, right? Cosmic Neighbors, mine are still going too. Yeah, and you've got a lot less than mine. I have over 1,000 videos that it has to import, and it gets stuck for days at a time not importing any, and then suddenly it'll import 3 or 4, and then it stops for 4 or 5 days again. I don't know how they're doing it, right? But obviously, Cosmic Neighbors, you understand, and I understand, they got to have some kind of tremendous processing back end to deal with all that, and they don't have the back end to do it. So I think they're turning import off and on, depending on their processor load at the time or something like that. And yes, it is worth it just to back up the shows. I agree with you, right? Pinzer Flactum, you mean one bean? Yeah, we're gonna get one bean. Cosmic Neighbors. I told you. I told Ron that my show's better than his. Ron only made 5 cents. I've made twice the Rumble money that you've made, Ron. I have made twice the money on Rumble that you did, because my show's so much better than yours, Ron. That's why. And you know what's so weird too? I gotta look. There was one video that I did get 3,000 views on for some reason. It was a David Wilcock video. So did I get paid nothing from that one? Like, shouldn't you get paid something for 3,000 views? I think so, but who knows? Yeah, I'm going to try to find that one, because now I just remembered that, and now I am bothered. What do you get? You know, on YouTube, it's like $6 to $10 per 1,000 views. But who knows? Like, what is it? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to be able to find it. Showing 13 results in the chart. Where's the rest of the videos? Who knows? I don't understand how any of this works, right? I'm going to have to investigate, because especially for a video that gets 3,000. If they paid me 11 cents and one of those videos that they're paying me for got 3,000 views, what is their average pay per 1,000 views? That's what I got to find out. Whatever it is, it's terrible, right? Yeah, Kepsis says, get your Telegram, Rumble, Odyssey accounts up and running to be ready for whatever they are going to duck up. Too much free speech is bad for their narratives. I agree. And I don't have a Telegram. or no, I signed up for it, but I never did anything with it. But we have Rumble, Odyssey, Twitch, and wherever else, and a BitChute as well, right? I don't know, Cosmic Neighbors. Rumble only, I think. I don't know. So, look, why don't you call me when we get off the show here and we'll talk about this. Maybe I have something set wrong. If it's just a setting and I'll turn the money on, I want to know how to do that, right? But everybody I talk to that's on Rumbles tell me the same thing. They made like 20 cents or 10 cents or a nickel. Cosmic Neighbors show. I'm going to tell everybody that. Cosmic Neighbors, Ron's show is so bad that it's only worth a nickel on Rumble. I'm just going to leave out that mine's only worth 11 cents. Cosmic Neighbors show is so bad it's only worth a nickel on Rumble. His whole show. Rumble looked at his show and went, yeah, we're giving him a nickel. That's it. Of course, they only gave me 11 cents, right? Shroot bucks. Yeah, it's terrible, right? One per 10,000. Yeah, 1 cent per 10,000 views, something like that. I don't know. I really don't know. It's five. How did you make $5? God damn. Now I can't say that my show's worth twice what Ron's is on Rumble. Well, we'll figure it out. But my advice I got to figure out Rumble, and then I'll let you guys know if something's set wrong. It must be, because there's no way that Ron's crappy show made $5 and mine only made 11 cents. There's no way. Mine should have made $11 then, at least, because my show is easily worth twice what Ron's show is, right? Call me tomorrow, slacker. We could fix this tonight. You're giving money away, Ron, right? Bernie says you are still live. Yes, we're going to wrap things up here, actually. Ooh, wait a second here. Yeah, we got to bounce on out of here. Kind of threw that whole show earlier, kind of threw me for a loop, and I'm just now, shaking myself out of it. What a crazy show. But hey, and I am going to reach out to Jeremy. He can chime in, but now I feel like this whole thing got really complicated, because now I have to look into these. I have to look for the records and all that kind of stuff. It is what it is. All right. Well, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us. I want to thank our chat room moderators. Thanks, Spooky, for the wonderful graphics. We want to thank all of you kind and generous Patreon supporters, you channel members. We definitely want to thank all of you kind and generous super chatters, super sticker purchasers, PayPal purchasers, PayPal pledgers, and more. And soon we'll be able to thank all of you kind and generous Twitch pledgers. And that reminds me, we didn't check in with the PayPal, so I will do that now. And I apologize. I got to make a note or put a post-it, because I always forget that till the very end of the show, and I apologize. No, we're all caught up on all the PayPal pledges, so that's good news. So we thank each and every one of you for joining us, and I never thought I'd have to say this in my life, but I want to thank our special guest tonight, King Milkfart. Yeah, guy's a lot different than I thought he would be. Maybe he's not so bad. It makes me think you should give people a chance. But he and I probably vehemently disagree on many things, including Lou Elizondo. But we were still able to agree on some things, like you shouldn't work with or for or associate yourself with child rapists or sodomists, So at least we agree on that. There's a bridge to a friendship right there being built. We'll be back tomorrow night with a special bonus show. Tonight was a bonus show. We only usually do 4 a week, but tonight we did an extra. And tomorrow night, you guys are keeping me working. We're doing this Twitch stream. We're going to hit the metrics. We're going to hit those numbers and be monetized on Twitch. Thank you all for going over to the Twitch chat. It really does help. We might hit it before the show tomorrow. It depends on how long they take to process their analytics, but we might be just having a party to celebrate being monetized on Twitch. If not, we're having a party to get monetized on Twitch. Either way, I'm there I hope you'll be there too. I need good panel members, so you know, I'd appreciate it, even if you're a little shy. Come on the show. You'll have a good time. Like I always say, don't just watch the show. Don't just listen to the show. Come and be a part of the show, and you are most welcome to do that tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's all I got for you. I'm sure this is going to be quite a controversial show. It's certainly one that I will remember time. Something like this does not happen every day on a live show. I'll always remember this one. And I think a lot of you will too. Let me know what you think in the comments. Did we handle this right? Should we have not let that guy on? Should we have, I don't know. What do you think? How do you think we should have handled this? Or did we handle it the right way? I did the best that I could. I think that we did, and I stand by my decisions tonight. And I hope people appreciate the spot that I was in. You don't really quite know what to do. So you just kind of, make the best decision that you can there in the time, right? Yeah, Bernie, you're allowed, but you're not allowed to drink piss on this show. All right? No piss drinking on the show or anything like that, right? All right. That's all we got for you. Until next time, friends, my name is Stephen Cambion. Good night. Bless all.